Yo, good morning, peoples. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Garden Trader. Is my mic on? Yeah, it is. Ha, I knew that. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning, Timmy, Traveler. Peoples again. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Fake Mojo. I think you have real mojo. What's up, Daffy? What's up, Creator? What's up, Jack again? Good morning, Rambo. What's up, Rambo? I'll pin you. What's up, E? Cave Bob Josh. Wait, what's your real name? Are you Bob or Josh? Or is your name Cave? If your name's Josh, you're automatically a lot cooler in here. Good morning, BB friends. What's up, Adam? How you doing, man? Timmy said, looking for a high or low. Jack said, looking for a bounce at the 473s. And yeah, I'm about to cover my game plan right now, guys. So the game plan of the day is it's pretty simple today. We're either looking under a break of 473 and 473.50s, which would cause for a potential short-term pullback. We got previous day close. We got a couple levels combined with previous day open, a bigger time frame level right here. We got the previous day low demand down here. If we got a higher open and they pulled back to this area already, so I can't really give you that explanation now because it's already happened. But what bulls can do to get up and back into the retake areas, back to, showing, hey, get into calls, is if they get back over today's open, this would be a first initial sign that, hey, this looks really good. And then if you get the continuation through the high, that would be your kind of secondary confirmation of like, all right, this is definitely trying to move higher. So these are the couple things we're going to be looking at the open. This is your at open market game plan. We'll see what happens. There's a lot going on in the bigger time frames too that I want to talk about, but I want to wait until a little bit more time goes by, and then we'll get into that. And in the last 30 minutes of the stream, last 30, 40 minutes of the stream, everybody, I will be bringing on a special guest. If you guys did not see my post the other day, I said after market opens and the stream is going tomorrow, and we do our usual routine, towards the end, I'm going to bring a special guest, Crypto News _ETH, which is my friend Crypto DGen Cam. He says to share some info on crypto and some information about recent events regarding crypto and the recent Bitcoin news with that, big ETF coming out. Also, I don't typically bring on guests or talk about crypto, so I thought even if it's going to only be for like 20, 30 minutes, I want it to at least be from someone who has actual insight and who's been in the markets for a very long time. So that's why I'm bringing him on here. So if anybody is interested in learning anything about crypto, in the last 20 to 30 minutes, I'm going to be having a special guest on at the very, very end. And if you guys have any other guests or any kind of, just people you want me to bring in here, just say who, say what kind of stuff you want to hear about, and I'll try to get other guests in here as well. But it's something I'm trying to do just every so often. This isn't going to be an every Thursday, every Friday kind of thing. But I wanted to bring him in here because he'd been asking for a while, and I was honestly kind of interested to hear what he had to say too, because he's a pretty cool guy. So, and he's been around for a long time, so I don't think it's anything super bad. God, everybody in premium is like losing their minds right now. If you're in my premium chat, definitely check out the recent post in there. Pretty crazy what somebody did this morning. Slow transition into the pod. Nah, it's just I'm trying to build up this. Oh, so you are Josh. Okay, cool. Good morning, everybody. I didn't say good morning to you. Love you all. But no, I was trying to honestly build up this playlist I had going because I really do want to have just like the best. Well, hold up, it's not there, is it? Oh no, it's on the main screen. I'm dumb. When you go to the main screen right here, special guest streams. So these both had champion vibe. This was like the full stream, and this was just like the cut of it. I'll probably do the same thing on this one. I'll probably put the full stream, and then I'll put, okay, here's just the cut of that part. But I want to build up my special guest streams playlist here. It's on the main page of this of my channel. But I want to put people in here who actually cover things that I actually thought was interesting, and then two, from people I actually respect. So you're only going to see people that I actually talk to in this channel section right here, whatever the hell we call this. But I'll probably have an Ace the Kid section here soon. I'll probably ask him to take something. And honestly, there's not really many people I could think of. Like, it'd be cool if I got, like, if I talked to, like, Jake, or if I talked to a couple other guys that I talked to on Twitter, like FS from Twitter. It'd be cool to have him on for even just 20 minutes. Where's he at? It's one of these guys. Nope, not him. This one. Like, it'd be cool to bring him on. He covers just basic stuff. But he kind of trades in a similar fashion we do. You know, and it's funny because, like, a lot of these guys use, like, indicators and stuff. But it's funny because a lot of them still use a lot of the same levels you guys would use. You know, I backtest some plays. I'm like, damn, you know, this isn't really much different from what we're doing. It's just, it just looks different. The visual of it is different because they are trading something different. But it's still just interesting to kind of backtest against other people that you'd like to talk to or people you respect. And it's really fun to just backtest and try to just grow as much as you can. But guys, we are still rejecting today's open, but we're above really good supports of a 2-day ago demand, which I did not take away off this chart because we didn't really invalidate it. We opened under it. We got open, or like yesterday's high got like right up to it, but we didn't ever touch it or break it. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna just leave it. And then look where we gap up and we're trying to hold right now. So I'm glad I left it. And this is kind of that important maintenance rule. If you guys have ever watched any of my supply demand videos, I always talk about how if the next day doesn't invalidate it, I just leave it because a lot of the time you can. But if you're not that kind of person and you like to have a super clean chart, you can just keep doing the day before and that's it. But I feel like you'll miss out on some opportunity if you do it that way. But it's still disciplined. It's still okay. Still a solid routine. It's really just personal preference. Looks like a lot of people on my trade floor are in a swing together. If you're interested, go check that out. I like the positioning of the swing they're looking at. Might be a little early, but I do like what they're looking at. Good morning, David Q. Morning, Cam, Alexis, Zaya. Good morning, Maps. How you doing, boss? Triple Q, new low of day, getting increased volume on the 5-minute candle. What's up, Sinful? And Spy calls, stop hasn't been hit yet. Nut, it's close. Wait, what? Pause. Got in at the golden pocket puts and out 25%. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna move y'all over to the other screen so I can read y'all and look at the chart at the same time. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Definitely helps out the channel a ton. Alright, well, I guess since we have time to look at the daily time frame, let's do that now. Yeah, I finally deleted some of my extra charts. We had so many. Alright. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and let it out now because I don't care. But if you guys want to download the weekly watch list, you can. You got to become a member to see the link on either YouTube or Discord. Post to both. But what we're going to be looking at is the weekly, or I'm not going to pull up the weekly watch list, but on the weekly watch list, we were looking for triggers under 475.44 at the beginning of the week, and that's exactly what we got at the very beginning of the week. Then we got a huge gap down with the bullish hammer, indicating that possible short-term buying pressure can step in. Now, even if it's not considered bullish in the grand scheme of things, it is an impulse move off of a good area. So you have to expect buyer moves here. We've seen one here. We've seen one here. So you have to expect one to some extent when you get back down here. We had that move within a day. We ended up getting that move in another day. So now what we're kind of in is a really fast-paced impulse move to the downside and the upside, which is going to mostly cause for some consolidation. So honestly, genuinely, over the next day or two, you could get some really nice moves between this candle and this candle. Now, does that mean it's going to go all the way to the high, all the way to low? Who knows? I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, it's definitely going to go bounce between that and come back down and bounce between that. I have no idea. I'm not going to tell you that I know that. But it is very high probability that they're going to stay between that candle's low and that candle's high for the next couple days while they build up more potential energy for the next bigger move. Because that's exactly what this chart is doing on the daily and the weekly. If you zoom in here, we're up against the next level, but holding support. We're building up a lot of potential energy for the next move. Now, whether that means we're going up, we're going to close a new high and build that new all-time high, who knows? But that is what's going to be needed to hit that new all-time high or hold a new all-time high, as well as what's going to be needed to actually give them a slowdown, change the mindset of everybody, and bring things back down. We don't know what's about to happen. Those are the two scenarios that are definitely in front of us. There's nothing else there. So over the next couple days, if there is a range trade between these candles, which is a large range, by the way, you do day traders, you scalpers, you should have no complaints about that. But the movement will slow things down a little bit for swing traders, so I just want to let you guys know that. But yeah. Looks like Boeing's having another positive day. They had an inside candle. Now they're having a positive breakup. Is this an impulse move for Boeing? They might go smack 210s today. I'd say 210 and whatever this is, 211. Yeah, 210, 211. Whisper real quick. Alright, now say something.
Hello?
Why did the whisper sound like so, like, it's like you had a different mic and then you said hello openly and it sounded like a different mic again. What's up, man? How you doing?
I just deleted Discord and reinstalled it, and just like that, my ping is 20 milliseconds instead of 5,000.
So wait, you're telling me the stupid advice of like, yo, turn it off and back on shit kind of worked?
Literally. Yeah.
Wow. If that didn't piss you off. Hey, at least you're here now, man.
Yeah, only took, what, 48 hours to try that?
Yeah, but I mean, it can be kind of frustrating to delete and re-download Discord, so. Because then it's like, yo, sign in again.
It's less trouble than going to Best Buy and spending $200 on a new modem.
Hey, we won't talk about that.
Which I did that first. So,
yeah. This is Leland, by the way, guys, for anybody who doesn't know.
What's going on, guys?
The best scalp trader around. What's Gucci, Lee of the Land? Yeah, also known as Lee of the Land.
SPX held that gap fid almost perfectly today.
Meta Rippy.
About the rally.
Yeah, we're back above today's open on the 1 minute. There's a pretty good chance this goes and smacks today's high at the very least. And if it passes today's high, there's a very good chance we're moving to 475.40s. If we lose the 473.50s though, there's a very good chance we're going to 473 flat, and if that is tested and broken, that can be a bigger pullback. So you kind of have initial breakouts here and here, but you have continuation breakouts here and here. That's what we're looking at today, everybody. And I'll switch over to some other charts here in a bit. I just want to watch SPY for a little. Boeing is up 3% almost. Damn, that thing is still going. That impulse move coming in. He said Greenland.
Bull's getting frisky. They're trying for that gap up to like 192.50. Entering gap land.
That's the first on the list, Alexis. Right after I'm done checking out SPY, I'll check out Eli Lily, and then we'll look at XLV so we can look at some of the healthcare weights. Maybe we'll check out some of the individual weights as well. Leland's Discord couldn't handle the bullish sentiment. You are not wrong.
Market makers trying to rig the market. The Discord market.
Every time you say rigged, I just check VIX.
Yeah. It's still above 14.
It's really close to 14 though. It's getting there. This playlist is so intense. Oh, I should probably edit the title of this stream, shouldn't I?
So SPY just broke back above today's open. SPX not quite, but SPY has some gap to fill from 116 to 117, or January 16th to January 17th.
We have a 5-minute candle close
filling
on
that huge
SPY.
gap down.
Yeah, they're above today's open with good 1-minute candles and a 5-minute candle now. Wait, what are you looking at?
You scroll back a little bit. Do you have how many days do you have on your chart? 5?
I got like 3 or 2.
Oh yeah, see that gap?
Okay,
see
yeah.
that gap down?
Oh, you're still using that fib, aren't you?
Well, not the fib, but just looking at that daily close right there, yeah. The 474.95 level. If bulls want to continue, they're probably looking at that.
Yeah, they'll probably go at least tap it, especially if it pops this new high. I like this little move out of the bottom of this. They did this like close and they retook it, then they held a higher low a little bit. Or they're trying to do it again. Buyers are definitely present to some extent. Hold of today's open, and they do this over the course of multiple candles, definitely could see a launch up to that as well. Plus, you got some of your stocks that were kind of bringing us down, going back up again. Like Apple's back up, you know, into its gap range again. Microsoft's still just under its all-time high. AMD just made a new all-time high, I believe. Nvidia just made a new all-time high. So there's a lot of weight still moving up, you know, and Amazon's really not that far down. I go to Tesla. Tesla's one of the weak ones too. They're still sitting above their recent lows, so I'm not going to give them much credit like they're helping us a bunch, but they're definitely in the area still. They didn't keep, you know, bleeding, so that's a good sign. Google got a little bit of an impulse move today. God, that looks good to short again. Meta's just under its 377 highs. I mean, there's a lot of weights just under their highs still. And yeah, here's my SPX levels. You guys should be maintaining all these charts, even if you're not actually trading them. Like, I don't trade triple keys as much as I trade SPY or SPX, but I still, day to day, will make sure I have my levels set. Like, I can see right here, oh, okay, tech is into the next resistance. Now I see why tech isn't pumping yet. They need to surpass this. But yeah, here's your SPX. Kind of dealing with the same issue here as we are on SPY. Look at that continuation after the close over today's open on the 5-minute. That was a red candle at first, too. Very, very nice. Let's look at that 1 minute, see how clean that looks.
Yeah, super clean. Huge hammer on the 15 as well.
Alright, I'm gonna look at Eli Lily now. While SPY's about to probably pump. What did I do to this chart? Looks like I had a supply here, and then since then I hadn't looked at it. But it looks like since then they've come back out of it. Pushed above it, failed to hold. Pushed above it, failed to hold. Rejected off of it. Lower high, lower high. Really good moves away from that too. And they're kind of in the same boat again, honestly. They're still just above this, but haven't actually held anything. But you definitely have to mark something over here, because that's just a lot. Let's go to the weekly real quick. I'm just going to mark this and see what it looks like on the daily. Yeah, I don't like that. Alright, so it's at least that recent high. I got like a little bit of a higher low here, but nothing crazy. I don't know. I guess I'm really not confident in this chart until I see some actual base build above this area here, because, I mean, that's the most they got there. And that's the most they got there. Nothing really convincing on either one. Like, maybe if a green open happened after that, I'd be convinced. And this is probably the most convincing candle, and it was an inside bar with a negative print the next day. So, I mean, this was telling you sellers are still here. So, I don't know. I think before I move on the Eli Lily chart, I would definitely want to see some more bullish pressure show up above 600. I mean, 600 flat, that's pretty easy to remember. They had a really good push towards 650s, though, with a short-term move. Again, and like this one here, like these two definitely didn't have any kind of retest going. I couldn't even grab an impulse move with the fib. But this one did. You know, if you go from the breakout to the high of the first move before, you know, the continuation here, this is where they had their first red candle, right? It was against this recent high. They wicked it, they came back down, closed a lot lower, but they didn't break the golden pocket of the move from the breakout level to the high of the move. Ended up holding it, and they gave a good first move. So you had a good midterm retest, but besides that, there really hasn't been much. So maybe you could just focus on the midterm retest, and if that breaks, you come back down and, all right, see if some bullish pressure pops up above 600s. But if not, I would definitely leave this alone for a little bit and see what more information you can get from it. But yeah.
Back below today's open.
All right, my bad, I'm going back.
No, you're good. Not just
5 minute. No, I'll go to the 1 minute.
I know a different chart.
I know Leland's on the 1 minute, so we're gonna go to the 1 minute. He's probably watching like 30 time frames right now, so we're gonna watch this one. He's probably got the 30 minute, the 45 minute, the 60 minute.
I'll just keep it simple. Usually just the one, but I do like the 15. And the 1 hour is good too, but
15's pretty powerful.
Barely even an hour into the market, so.
Daffy. 5 minute lower high. I'm taking a mental call. Good looks, Timmy. Inside bar in the 1 minute at that support. Not the first time that happened either. Happened on the previous dip buy. Held today's open. Pretty much hit the meat of the high on the 1 minute here, but didn't surpass it, didn't even break it, came back down. Now we have another inside bar, another positive print following it, so we'll see if this continues and maybe gets a little bit farther meat of the bone wise. I really am not going to be surprised if we push up to 475.40s, 476.30s in this area, and then you see a slowdown and a pullback on the intraday. But we'll see. Could also just get that flush under today's low right now, or early this morning, go test previous day close, and maybe get a dip buy, reject this, and stay in between this range today. But either way, it would add into what I was saying earlier about adding more information to the chart and not really getting a lot of movement. But I think today's still going to be great with this higher open. Any food recommendation, guys? Guys, what does Cave Bob Josh eat today? To be honest, we're in a no trade zone, though. Yeah, kinda. I could see where people would like to take risk, though. So that's why I'm still giving ideas to different levels. But yeah, we are kind of in that area where it's like, man, probably should just wait till it breaks above this 474.47, or if it does end up holding this new low, because that would be a very strong indication of who wants direction, especially after all this movement this morning. Like Leland just got done saying it's been just under an hour in the market, and we're still kind of in the same area. So you're definitely going to get at least one good move out of this.
For bulls, I like that it's holding above the 2-day ago low still, as well as that gap fib.
That's exactly what this is, too, for anybody who doesn't know. This is a 2-day ago supply-demand area. It's actually demand at this moment.
Nice.
Timmy said raising
gaps can be tricky. Like, it's hard to tell sometimes if a gap's going to be fading or continuing.
Oh, very hard.
But yesterday we hit a pretty big support, so I'm kind of leaning bullish. Like, we rallied at close yesterday, gapped up. I think bulls still have some strength in them. They're just kind of settling right now.
I will say we have a lot of gapped up and gapped down small body candles with a lot of wicking. So there's clearly a lot of indecision. Just wanted to stay in between a larger area.
Yeah, true. Because there's, I think, a lot of options expiring tomorrow too. So we could get some frisky moves.
Morning, y'all. Just took a 23% put on Tesla. 3-minute buy the strategy. Oh, buy the dip strategy. All because of the entire videos. Nice, Chuck. Round of applause to Chuck. Good job, man. Or I'll go check out Tesla. Why not? Why not, right? We're just watching SPY sit here like it's about to launch. As they're trying to hold today's open. We'll see if that continues here over the next couple minutes. I'm going to go to Tesla and check out Chuck's trade. I think I instantly see what you did. So the buy the dip, guys, for anybody who doesn't know what this strategy is when you, and you don't have to actually have this move down, by the way, but it is nice when you have the move down because it makes sense why it slows down. And then you get this huge basing. And this first move is the impulse move. A lot of the time we don't like to trade that. But when that impulse move is done, sometimes you can grab a fib from this, or you can just wait to see if a double bottom or a higher low holds. And after that move happens, you can either make one of two decisions. You can buy this and your risk is the low, or you can wait till it actually pushes this and you get a lot more passive of an entry, but you have clear risk in front of you. So either of these two entries is what you look for when looking at this kind of move, and then you look for a good close target. A lot of the time when this move happens, it's going to test the day's open or whatever level it fell from over the next couple days. But on the intraday, they can be very powerful day trades. And it looks like that's what he did here. Seemed to have held that same low. The buy this AM, how you doing? Oh, busy this AM, how you doing? How you doing, fool? We're doing great, man. Just kind of looking at a couple things. Vibing.
I agree with D-Touch. Dave's hot chicken is so good.
The MSM hates Tesla.
So true.
It's not that hard to look at, I'm not gonna lie. Good job, Chuck. Round of applause for you, man. Seriously. This playlist makes me sleepy. I'm not gonna lie, all of them make me sleepy. But these are the...
Forgot there's music playing because I'm just on Discord with you. No music.
No Japanese lo-fi for you.
No.
Yo, high key, you are not wrong. That this song is kind of like. I'm gonna change it. I can't promise you the rest won't be similar though. Lo-fi is like the same across the board. Alright, this sounds a little bit more upbeat. Chuck said entire entries videos. Oh, okay. He said yes. Put my fib on the open 10-minute and enter on the 3-minute. Oh, nice. I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you got through some of those videos. Also, Leland made a really good point the other day after stream was done and we were in the text chats of Discord. But there's a channel in chat that I used to have in the main section of chat. It's still there for anybody who's just any average. Like, if you're just basic, you can have this channel. But Trading Strategies, that channel, that actually has everything you could ask for written out, pictures, videos, live trades, just breakdowns. Literally everything is in there. But the Trading Strategies channel is something I set up a long time ago because it was honestly, for me, it was kind of a selfish thing. Like, I want to have these written down so they're more implemented to me. Like, I can remember them better. But over time, it was nice to have it as a channel for everybody because these are literally every type of entry I've ever gone over. From 40% entries to 80% entries to the open range breakouts, the retest. I've even covered lead tests and that stuff before. We just didn't call them that, until Lee then came around and really implemented it a little bit more. And all kinds of stuff for swings, day trades. It's not just one or the other; it's both. So I go over all kinds of stuff. The EMA strat, everyone used to know me back then from the EMA strat we used to do with swing trading. That is still valid. You could still use that, So if you want to check out those videos, you can.
Channel's pure gold.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know about the swing trading stuff. I'll show off the channel real quick so you guys know where to go. But on the channel, go to playlist. You go to scroll down. There it is. Swing trading videos. View full playlist. Sorry, I got a lot of playlists now. And this has literally everything in it. But then you also have, for anybody who gets through all of that and says it's still not enough for them, I have an old channel I used to upload on a couple years ago, and this was just swing trades. These are just swing trades for the most part, I think. Yeah. And I think there's some breakdowns of just like TA on like solar stuff and all kinds of stuff, but it was all involved around trading patterns with positioning. So if you are someone who's interested in swing trading, please check out that playlist as well as that backup channel. And guys, on the 5-minute here on SPY, we do have a hammer holding as a higher low. We have a continuation through the open again after losing it short term. This might be a resurgence for the bulls to get back into the 475s. We'll see. We have that 2-day ago close to worry about. We got 475.40s to worry about. We got a couple levels beyond that to worry about. So we'll see what happens. But they are at the high of day. So very, very good sign for bulls from the open. Nice higher lows holding above this area too. I'm probably going to take 2 screenshots, one on the 1 and on the 5, to show people in Discord what's going on.
SPX really struggling with that today's open. That's where we keep falling off.
Sounds like something an ASMR streamer would have in the back. Yeah. I still need to just find better music. It's really just my fault. I'm not going to sit here and act like this music's boring. It's my fault. Is that the free educational server for the Trading Strategies channel? No, that's in the main server. finally popping new high of day. It looked like they wanted to. Looks like they are furiously coming down after failing to get the continuation confirmation. Again. Continuation confirmations. That sounded crazy saying that.
Wouldn't surprise me if they hold low day.
I was watching and I'm waiting, I'm watching. We can bring back dreaming or classical. I don't know, I feel like not a lot of people like the classical. I actually kind of liked it. I liked it more than the lo-fi, but I think there was like a poll and everybody liked the lo-fi a lot more. Somebody just needs to make a really, really awesome non-copyrighted playlist for us, and then we'll just run with that. Yeah, staying cash until a higher time frame zone is hit. If not, take profit on MU swing. I'm good for today. Nice, Deep. I like that. Kind of like selling yourself like, hey, so what if a move doesn't come? You've already gotten your damage done. I can't Uber Dave's hot chicken. This is so sad. We're still trying to get you your meal, aren't we? Anything but Bad Bunny. Don't worry about it, man. I will not play Bad Bunny. You're good.
There's a higher low in the 1 minute. Right at the 61.8.
And they did the thing on the 1 minute. Again.
Yes, sir.
Y'all aren't allowed to know what the thing is yet. It also never closed once on the 5 minute on that push. It wicked pretty heavily. Just as I was about to say, that looks horrible for bulls. Now it's like, damn, that looks so good for bulls.
They're taking their time.
Tesla down to 213.50. Good call out by Chuck. Volume picked up slightly on Eli Lily, and it's all bears. I'm loving this dude's username. It's just straight up trades. Not making the next move obvious. Exactly. I will say this, though. It is obviously curling up. There is obvious buying pressure. So if they pop a new high and jump into the 475s, I will not be surprised. Now, at first, though, Eric is correct, though. They were not making this obvious. They didn't want to keep anybody in their trades. They wanted people to jump into shorts. As soon as they brought this back up and people were flipping to calls, they wanted to scare them and keep them out.
And there's a new high.
New high of day. Let's get some green candlesticks in the chat. New high of day.
Let's get some J-Pows in there too. The Rambos.
Peoples, you better not be showing them the thing. I see what you're doing right now. Oh, he saw it too. He saw it in the other thing.
Imagine I time him out right now.
That would suck, dude.
Would that kick him from streaming?
Oh, yeah.
I will.
I won't then, yet. Yeah, he said this man, Leland. I'd like to get out of my Mara nightmare. I'm scared to even check that chart. I'll check it out in a minute. Giving Mr. Green entry tips. So you are sharing the thing. BA new high of day.
Dang, that's...
D's touch said never mind.
Ugly candle on Mara.
Oh, you got new high of day.
And coin.
Like I said, 210's pretty possible on this, just based on it going to the open of that candle or high of that candle. So you got the 210 to 11 area to look at. That's really the only real trading idea I think I've given out today. We covered game plan on SPY, but yeah, there's a couple things moving right now. I like a lot of these charts
Creeping up on
popping
that.
up.
Is that 2 day ago close?
Yep. Oh wait, let me get it close. Yeah, we're almost there. 474.95, I believe, is the exact number. Yeah, 95. Fool said people's being bullied live on stream. I should title it that, shouldn't I? No, I would never bully Jay. Tesla bleeding. Looks like a couple of you guys are watching the Tesla blood. You got Tesla bleeding. You got SPY popping the continuation high on the 5-minute and the 1-minute. We'll see if they hold. And then you got our Boeing idea still working up higher. Netflix is in a pretty interesting spot too. This is a spot where, remember how I was covering Eli Lily and they were above a spot and they couldn't hold it to get that move up? That's the same problem Netflix is dealing with right now. They can't hold 485 for some damn reason. They failed after a lot of really good price action here, I would say. There's a lot of price action here. Failed, rejected, but didn't really pull away. Got that gapped up move, and then I think they've had a couple upgrades and downgrades since then, and that's why it's kind of chopping around now. But I do like this if they build pressure out of 485 for longs. If we end up getting another good rejection here, there's a really good chance they want to bring this back down under 476s.
So, probably make a move from earnings.
Yeah, probably. So I'll be watching that, Meta, Google, because they're all in that same XLC sector. But they've also been providing really, really good short-term signals. So, and yeah, earnings season's Meta about to start for a
Google,
lot.
That's clean.
Ever since the banks came out with their earnings, that's like a good red flag. Like, hey, earnings season's about to start. Be ready. Come on, Boeing, go smack 210.
I just saw those Google and Meta charts on your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to spam through them really quickly.
Super clean. Morning stars.
That XLC sector looks so damn good right now. XLY is kind of all over the place because Amazon's been trying to get itself back up, but then Tesla's having this moment where it keeps coming back down. So that sector's biggest weights are having a lot of discrepancies, I should say.
Yeah.
The PayPal swing just paid. Yeah, man, I liked PayPal at that shoulder. This was a crazy candle yesterday, though. I will say this, because this, pretty normal. This, insane. How it opened lower and kind of got people scared, oh shit, it's going to keep dumping. And then it came back up and basically took everything it lost. That was funny. Now you're getting a continuation off of that. But I think I would like to see a lot of consolidation on PayPal before seeing more movement, to be honest. But we'll see. I'm pretty bullish on this one.
I was just looking at the live news tab on Tesla. One of the top ones is Jim Cramer predicts Tesla will be first to fall from Magnificent Seven stock group.
Yeah. We have a CEO getting Tesla a little petulant again. He's using words he doesn't even know what they mean.
All Elon said is he wants to have more ownership in the company. Isn't that kind of I don't know, bullish? That he doesn't want to sell off his stock? He wants to buy more?
Oh, they're still just basing it off that? Wow. So Jim Cramer's just reacting to quotes a day late?
Yeah, probably.
Bro, what newsfeed are you on? Don't you literally work for something that has a newsfeed?
Yes.
Why are your opinions
Tesla calls? Tesla all-time high now.
Some of his opinions are all right. Maybe all of his Tesla ones are pretty weak, but the timing of them is crazy. Netflix could come out. The gap downs Netflix had over the past couple years. He could let those happen, and then months later, after the stock's already built base and is rallying, then he'll be like, guys, I think Netflix looked really good from those gap downs. It's yeah, they did, but you're months late. What does it matter now? You shill?
Yeah.
Jim Cramer, if you hear this, you are a shill. You are a grade C shill.
After he pushed everybody into huge losses. Okay, now buy.
A worthless shill. Elon Musk eats Chick-fil-A. Stock drops 10%. Man, I wish Chick-fil-A was public.
You mean Elon's not vegan? How dare him?
He said bearish needs a lower stock
Dare
price.
he?
Good call out, Caveman Bob Josh. I knew I could trust you with the call out, having the same name and all. Good hold so far in the 5 minute. That's a very good look for the Bulls. We'll see what that 1 minute looks like. To the cent.
Yeah, that looks really good on SPX too. That's holding today's open. That yellow level you have is lining up with today's open on SPX.
It's got that curl, man. It's got the curl. All curl lives matter. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you're enjoying some of the updates and callouts. In about 16 minutes, I'm going to be bringing the crypto special guest in here. I'm changing the schedule. I'm not bringing him in at the end. He's going to be in here at 10. My time, which is in
Be right back.
16 minutes.
Need to go grab a Red Bull.
All totally fine, man. God, thank God Leland's gone. Whew. They know better than to publicly trade chick of the fillet. It took me a second to read that one because I was like, wait a minute. Spy grinding up, but these wicks are not making it fun. I agree, King Carnage. Blueberry Red Bull hits. That's actually the one I don't like. I'm going to be honest. I'm not even trying to hate on you. I genuinely don't like the blueberry. Peach is addicting.
Heard you say that.
Why? Which one you
got?
got?
My headphones in, just muted.
Oh, ha ha ha. I was joking.
I got watermelon.
Watermelon?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
The red edition.
I'm not talking to you anymore. Red Bull's too strong. How do you guys stomach it? Oh, we didn't say we stomach it with pleasure. Well, Leland does. He's like a legit, like, jet engine. This is like fuel for him. I like plain ass Red Bull. I love the taste of battery acid. Battery acid.
At least it's not the sugar-free one.
Jack said the big bear is gone. Get in there, Bulls. The yellow one? Yeah, the yellow one's pretty good. I forgot the name of that one. Yeah, yellow's good. The peach is good. I mean, they're all good. Don't get me wrong. Coconut berry is the best.
The worst one is the current winter edition one.
I didn't even know there was a coconut berry.
Oh yeah, coconut berry's good. It's the white one.
Oh, that's why. I genuinely thought it was like, you know how like Monster has the white Monster cans? I thought it was like that. So I think that's why I've never grabbed it. I'm not a huge white Monster can guy. I know that's not a popular opinion. Drinks a Red Bull. Drank a Red Bull at a cancer walk. Turned into a sprint. Jesus. Red Bull trash. Drink white Monster like a goat. See, like people's. I knew somebody was going to type it. I know my people, man. I know my people are white Monster people. What is y'all's favorite drink? And you could say water. I will allow water because that is my favorite drink. But what is your favorite drink just overall? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic, just in general. What is your favorite drink? What's your go-to? I just need a drink real quick. By the way, Leland, in about 13 minutes, I am going to bring that guy in here. So you can either choose to stay or you can join after he's gone.
Yeah, I can stay in. I'll just mute.
All right, that totally fine. He's only going to be here for 20 to 30 minutes while he goes over some stuff, and then I'll probably ask him a couple questions, and I'll allow chat to ask him a couple questions. And then after that, we'll get back to market updates.
I'm excited to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, it's just because I have been such a big crypto hater. I felt like I had to bring somebody in here who actually knows what they're talking about and allow them to like explain without bias what everything is and what's been going on recently. What are some of these ETFs? What's some of the big news around it? So if anybody is interested, because it's not that you have to be interested in crypto to trade it. It's that there are crypto related stocks that you can be trading or trading options on. So it's just nice to have that information and just be aware of what the hell's going on. So
yeah, for sure.
So I thought I would do that, considering I have been such a big crypto hater over the last few years, and I just thought it would make sense to, I don't know, fix that. I don't want people in here to hear like bias ass opinions from me.
The whole FTX thing really turned me off of crypto. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, Voyager, FTX, all that stuff. Honestly. The problems with Binance that they had for a little bit. I mean, it wasn't really that Bitcoin scared me or any of the people in here. I think it's genuinely just how unprofessional all the brokerages have been.
Yeah.
Like, that reminds me of how foreign exchange started out in America. You know, everything went to shit here because of all the big drops and the big jumps that the foreign exchange market has. Our brokerages were not ready for it, and that's why we don't have Forex here anymore.
Not gonna lie, I probably will pick up one of those ETFs that's coming out.
Oh yeah. Some of those look good, and he's gonna talk about some of those too. Iced tea, no sugar. Yes, my Texas fam call it dirty water. H2O coffee, matcha green tea. Okay. I don't like crypto back in the old days.
My current favorite drink is the lemon San Pellegrino. So good.
Too controversial. Almost lost all my money in the FTX collapse. That's horrible. But guys, that's why I'm bringing him in here, though. It's strictly because I have been such a hater and bear on crypto that I just wanted to bring something that was just informational. So I didn't want to bring him in here for like an hour, but he'll be in here for 20 or 30 minutes just talking about some stuff. And I think it'll be informational for all of us. Even if you're not going to use it or actually trade crypto, it's okay. I think it'll be a nice little thing to learn. Just to hear it from the source. Topo Chico. That's horrible, though, Ryan. And that speaks levels about you, man, because, like, I feel like I haven't once picked up this vibe from you that's like, man, this Ryan guy's depressed, or like, man, this Ryan guy's bitching and moaning about everything. I haven't once picked that up from you. Like, you sound like a really awesome person, so that speaks even more levels about you, the fact that you have experienced something like that and that you haven't really shown it to anybody here, you know? You just kind of been this, like, strong warrior in my eyes. I don't know. And then you tell me this, and it's like, holy shit. So, it speaks a lot about your character. You're not sitting here, like, running sob stories on people, so I appreciate that. Because, honestly, all of us have dealt with some shit. Maybe not to that extent, but everybody's dealt with something in their life, whether it's trading or not, you know? And it's up to you to use that information or not, you know? It is good to tell people about yourself, but at the same time, some people use that shit, and it's weird. I don't think I ever once picked that up from you. Thanks, bro. Still investing every day. Simple. Drink your depression away. Be a man. No.
I was 7 cents from that gap fill. Oh, and looks like Daffy said it's also a monthly emerging candle at that same exact level.
Yep. It's 1 cent off.
You said that close on SPY was 474.95, right?
Mm-hmm. This is the everything chart. This is a monthly emerging candle right here. Sometimes I switch to it just because Daffy's been calling it out so much. I'm like, man, I'm going to just leave both charts now. So this will have the TA routine and the monthly levels. So an orange one, yeah, it's literally 1 cent from that close. So pretty damn important level right there. is what Daffy's saying.
Yeah, for sure. Funny how that'll line up with a BB system level like that.
Nah, bro, those levels are made
Must
up,
be
man.
luck.
Yeah, I must have like accommodated it to be there ahead of time, so it would look nice.
Previous day closes don't matter.
Yo, chill, bro. Spitting facts. We're being sarcastic, by the way, guys. There's just people who make fun of short-term price history, long-term price history, and it's hilarious to prove them wrong every single time. Because we're not people who will sit here and tell you, like, you guys, you have to trade this. It'll make you rich. Like, no, it's still up to you. You still have to make a lot of the decisions to make good trades. And it's very hard to maintain that. But the levels are very strong. And a lot of our trust and confidence with our own strategy and our system, our edge, goes into those levels, goes into that system. So, yes, we love our levels. Because they actually come from an area that makes sense. Price history is literally the best. It's not always going to do the exact same thing. I think people always get that wrong. They're like, oh, it's just going to do the same thing. History repeats itself. No, history does not repeat itself, but the levels from history will be retouched or removed from. You know, you'll see something, go touch it and reject it. The first time it might have just rallied through that level, but that doesn't mean it's going to do that every time. T-minus 6 minutes till the special guest is in here, everybody. Let me pull up his tweet so you guys can see exactly what he's going to be talking about. I keep giving some short-term summary. Let me give you an actual breakdown of what he's going to cover. Wait, let me find it first.
Dude, Eric. Eric's on a mission.
Good.
An SPX mission.
Good. I told him not to let off the gas.
Pedal to the metal, baby. Let's go.
Do not take any pressure
hitting
off.
188. Apple's having a day.
Boeing almost hit 210. Got close. 60 cents. Yeah, Apple is having a day. Almost up 3%. That's crazy.
Sinful gets me.
Oh, here's the tweet. My bad, guys. Honored to be speaking with Bueller, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be breaking down the latest news developments in the world of crypto, Bitcoin miners, ETF news, and the multi-year outlook. So, this is what he'll be covering here in a minute. I'll be inviting him here in 5 minutes. Oh my god, Sinful. I just saw what he said.
A coin calls.
Kind of sucks too, because since that little dip that y'all experienced, it's literally just been holding higher lows. Because technically it's still holding those two levels we were looking at. It just doesn't look super exciting.
It's doing what it usually does. It's probably going to sit there for 2 months. Once everybody looks away, then it'll rally. Yeah, the Fool, that's probably the most OP indicator. Mercury in retrograde. Thank you, Eric. Crude oil inventory in 4 minutes.
God, Eric, you've been so on point with news lately, dude. I went into chat this morning, and I was kind of late to posting this morning, I'll be honest. And I saw you in there already posting where I post from, and I was like, yes, Eric is on it. Eric is literally just staying on top of it. Not allowing himself to be caught off guard. My stop loss is 100% because I'm not reading that one. I'm not reading these messages. Yo, what's up, Sherman?
And that is why we trim.
It's the
When
Shermanator.
I called that higher low on the 1 minute at 9:33, I took calls there, trimmed as we were coming into that 474.95. The next one there,
Mm-hmm.
that little guy. Trimmed my calls for I think around 45 or 50% on that pump,
Nice.
and now I'm out on the rest.
Out on
Pretty
the
much break
rest.
even.
Beautiful buy on that too. That was probably at that same time too where I was saying this is probably the only candle I like. Oh wait, no, that was at 9:20.
Yeah.
Okay, it was 10 minutes later though. It was after that. It added on to it. Okay. I like what you
Yeah.
did. You got the
Pretty
higher
much
low of the
retested
only.
that candle.
Yeah. This was like the only good area that like popped up on the 5 minute, and then you got your, the thing popped up, and then you got in again, or not in again. You got in on
If
the
you
good
take a
entry.
fib of that move before it, where it held the higher low,
Like to the upside,
from
grab it.
920 to yeah, like that.
All right. Oh wow, to the cent.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Witchcraft.
They don't work.
Witchcraft. All right, guys. Leland's out of his trade, so you got one live trade done. If you did take BA, you're crazy. Good job if you did take it, though. Let me know what you guys traded. Let me know if you guys have traded anything, if you're just all cash still waiting for an opportunity. And while you guys do that, I'm going to get the next speaker. We're going to get the guest speaker in here. I need to edit the title of the stream.
And just pay attention.
Uh-oh. Hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing okay, doing okay.
All right, guys.
Just have
Make sure to welcome Crypto Degen onto the stream. Say hello, say hi. Give him a warm welcome. He's a good friend. He's a good guy. Give him the space he deserves. I'm gonna pause the music.
Thank you very much for having me. There we go. All right. I'm just getting set up here. Don't use Discord too much, so it was like just setting that up and sort my screens out again.
Yeah, I downgraded you down to Discord for today.
I tell you what, Discord runs so much better than X. Flipping heck.
Oh man, they're still having a lot of server issues. It's crazy.
So many. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. Your community, and this is a big shout out to every single one who's listening and daily on here, is so warm and welcoming and so positive. I've been around in and amongst you guys for about a year. And just seeing the closeness between people, seeing the love, the educational content, and the dedication to the spread of educational content is something that I've admired. And honestly, whenever I get a chance, I generally point people your way because you guys here are brilliant at just everything you do.
Man, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. Because I know it's pretty hard too for like to pay attention to other things, what's going on, also while you're focused on everything going on in your life, everything going on with your your work. So I do appreciate that, man. Seriously. And anytime, you're welcome to join in here and check out. I saw you were in the Discord too. I was like, oh yeah, we're friends already. Anytime, you could stop by and say whatever you want, drop whatever TA you want, cover anything you want. I'm happy to have you in here, man.
Appreciate that very much. Yeah, leave that. There we go. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting time at the moment, and you've got an echo coming through. There we go. Sort that out. Especially with obviously we've got the Bitcoin spot ETF being released we're getting closer into the Bitcoin halving, so mining stocks are about to go crazy. They had a little run up, but then they had a correction. People could be wondering why that they've had that correction. So hopefully I can just fill in a few little gaps here of information.
Yeah, tell us about that. What's going on in the world of Bitcoin? What's on with this recent news? Like a lot of my people, just for your context, they're not really aware of every single thing going on with Bitcoin because, of course, that's not our main concern. But it is a side market that we like to look at. I look at Bitcoin as like the way I look at commodities, the way I look at foreign exchange. I just see it as another good side money market. What's the point of not trading it or not paying attention to it? It's just nice to be aware of it. It's not necessarily like you need to be invested or you need to be looking at it constantly, but if you want to, you totally can. Like, it's a great money market to be paying attention to.
Absolutely, and that attention is going to be brought onto it even more so now that we have the approved spot ETF. Is a big, like a major milestone for Bitcoin itself. It's something that has been evasive or eluded Bitcoin for many years. There was, futures with Grayscale, but however, the spot ETF required these institutions to hold 1-for-1 Bitcoin, which, you come into the billions or then billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin is now being held by institutions. In fact, Grayscale's volume just surpassed, I believe it was by close of yesterday, $1 billion in itself, and that's the fourth day of trading. So it's ridiculous. There's a few guys that I follow regarding ETF news. I'm going to butcher his name drastically here, but his name is, I'm going to try and not butcher it, Eric Balchunas. His last name there.
Oh, it's okay, dude. I'm horrible with names too.
But he's is the leading ETF analyst for Bloomberg. Him and James have been covering the action between the spot ETFs very, very well in a lot of detail day by day. And if you're looking for updates, I definitely would point you in the direction of those two guys there, because the value they provide on these ETFs is major, and they're essentially where I get a lot of my information from as well. Because it's via the Bloomberg terminal. These guys are trusted. Their bias are toward ETFs, and that is their main job. So I always go for the right people for the right information, and Eric's certainly one of those guys who provides top tier information about these spot ETFs. So, and feel free if there's any developments, on the markets to interrupt me. I'm
oh, you're totally
used
fine.
To that one.
Oh yeah, you're in the spaces. That's right. You're used to being cut off by callouts and stuff.
100%. It happens all the time. I don't take offense to any of it. So with the spot ETF becomes a large amount of volume into Bitcoin, which after each transaction a new Bitcoin is mined, you're going to start to see these miners take effect. And what we've seen at the moment is Grayscale's outflow volume has been tremendous. And so the purchasing power against Grayscale's outflow has led to a sort of a sell-off, which has seen miners take a little dip, sideways consolidation for Bitcoin, which I believe actually I put out a post just before the ETF was released and said, I expect that we are going to have a run up, then a cool off, and then sideways consolidation for a period of time. And this is going to be really healthy for the markets. And we want to see this for a couple of reasons. Obviously, to establish some sort of regularity between what is actually a good inflow outflow on a day-to-day basis for this Bitcoin spot ETF, because it's a new thing, it's a new product with a lot of hype around it. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start to see a lot of people moving money out. Grayscale held, the most amount of Bitcoin in their ETF, which people don't want to hold in there. It was locked up for a long period of time with people unable to touch it. Now they can sell it, get rid of that massive fee, which I believe is 1.5%, and go to a competitor who's offering 0 for trading on this ETF. So if I've got to choose out of 1.5% fee or a 0% fee, I know which one I'm choosing. So institutions are way ahead of me on that one, and they're going to the ones where are offering the lowest fees. So Grayscale's taking a massive hit for, I'm sure, the short term at least, until all these other companies are wiped out with who can't afford to keep up the 0% fees or the lower fees. And then once those the other institutions are wiped out and you close their ETFs down, well, then I'm sure we'll start to see those fees pick back up again. But we've got at least a year or so before that happens.
So you think we're going to have a lot of more volatility type price action on a lot of these ETFs, and then you'll start to see them settle more before you see more of a stable trend, I guess is what I should say?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we start to see them mimic BTC flow exactly, I think we're going to start have a little bit of volatility to begin with. Also, something to keep in mind is they have yet to experience a full trading week in the stock market. I think by the end of next week will be their first full trading week. So, yeah, there's a few factors there which are going to really, really enhance that volatility aspect of the ETFs currently. But once that stabilizes out and we get to see a more honest prediction and more honest analytics of what true inflows, outflows of these ETFs are, then we'll start to see that stabilize, move along precisely with the price of what is close to as the price of BTC, and we can start, charting and getting some real good TA based upon the movements of purchasing and selling.
And this is just all from the recent news with DeFi, the ETF news. Is there anything else like around that not a lot of people are talking about?
So with DeFi, actually, so I put out a post clearly advertising DeFi, thinking that was going to be the good go-to spot ETF ticker. However, that's not proved to be the case because they actually failed to file one of their applications on the last minute, which meant that their conversion of the futures ETF got converted to a spot ETF. So I did put out a post stating that. However, you should know that DeFi currently isn't a spot ETF. It does have intentions to be converted, and the funds won't see a difference. It will just simply convert from a futures to a spot ETF. But currently, the ticker DeFi is still a futures ETF. Now, this fooled even the top ETF analysts because they had it down as a spot ETF until about 6 hours into the market open on the last Thursday, and they were like, "Well, hold on a minute, what's wrong here?" And then they identified the problem. So currently, the ticker DeFi is still a futures ETF.
Oh wow! So it's not even what we were expecting it to be then.
Not even what we were expecting it to be. Now, once that has had the conversion to a spot ETF, I'm going to be fairly confident with that team because they are a fully digital asset based team. Their focus is only digital assets. So my trust would kind of lean toward them a bit, but it's slightly knocked with them failing to fill out an application. These ETFs aren't simple to file for, so you can see how it was slightly overlooked. But yeah, the communication from them was definitely skewed in those early hours of the approval being sent and the first day of trading. So yeah, slightly concerning. However, if they can come through, file that application, get it swapped, well then I think.
Yeah, what's the time frame window on that? I bet that's a few month process.
Yeah, I don't think it's a quick process. I don't think it's a quick one. They've not actually given a time scale out at the moment.
That's nice.
I know.
So
Yeah, I know. It's lovely.
All the insiders can position themselves a lot better.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Let's be honest.
It's smart though. I mean, a lot of people hate on insiders, but insiders are kind of a needed evil. If you don't have insiders to buy up, you don't end up having base or consolidation to even have those rallies that happen later on. So I don't know. To some extent, I can see why it's a good thing, but that is crazy though. That's the thing that stopped it though. I feel like I've not heard a single person say that or break it down that way because you go on Twitter, you go on news, and you type in ETF or crypto or this or that, you're trying to just learn anything about what's going on, and you get like 50 different answers that are all wrong. And I feel like I have not heard or read a single person say what you just said about the whole DeFi thing, because I've been seeing a lot of people promote this, saying you guys got to get in this now before it goes without you. And it's funny because you're here telling me like, well, maybe we should probably wait until we see do they actually change it, to the spot ETF that you're saying, because they literally filed themselves as the wrong style of ETF that they wanted to be, and it is actually going to be kind of hurtful for them until they fix it. I feel like I've not heard a single person say or explain that. That's crazy. I feel like that's very crucial information.
This is kind of from my perspective, what I'm seeing. So it'll be interesting if they can get that conversion over there. We've noticed it being knocked off of the lists, off of off the likes of Eric there and James. They've taken it off of their list of spot ETF. So there are signs, and you can see it. You can see it in a few different places there. So
Okay. Well, thank you for that information. That's actually, I feel like that's super crucial just off the bat. What can you tell us about some of the multi-year outlook or some of the miners, or just Bitcoin in general? What is anything else you could give us some information on? Just
so
kind
it's
of going through your
a
list.
multi-year outlook on BTC and miners. We could include them as well on this. Is we've got the halving event coming in. I believe the estimated day is April 17th to 19th. It's based on transactions, so there's no you can only estimate the day that it's going to happen, based off of transactions. So as soon as it hits the goal, well then the halving happens
The
automatically.
threshold.
So you can't exactly. So you can't predict the day. It's not a perfect 4-year cycle. It's just around 4 years. Yeah. So it's estimated between April 17th to 19th of this year, if transactions keep up the way that they have been so far.
Wow.
There's a few factors to keep in mind with this. So the halving itself doesn't lead to Bitcoin's price going up. It simply reduces the rewards that miners get by 50%, and in turn, miners have to work extra harder. The scarcity of BTC comes in, so then the perceived value essentially goes up, and so far, what we've seen every single halving is people are flocking toward Bitcoin as a store of value. So of course, as the mining reward gets halved, people's perceived value of it is also, it doubles, it triples, it quadruples each halving. So I believe, and I've got a working thesis that many analysts who I follow have got to share the same thoughts. As we see these institutions step in, we're going to start to see the halving effect lessen and lessen. And in that, it makes sense if you talk about a product that you fluctuate a lot of money into, it becomes less volatile. So these factors here and there will probably become less of an event. There could be a sell the news event in the future, but we're probably talking 10, 15 years time. But for now, all eyes are on the halving, because the common perceived notion of the halving is that BTC then runs up. And there's no reason for that to change at the moment.
So it's
the
just really
effects
good.
that this has. Oh, go on.
No, you're good. You continue. My bad.
So the effects that this is going to have on miners at the moment. So if you think about the mining reward is literally halved. And I put out a post saying this morning, just pre-market, in this regards to all miners. So miners are about to have a 50% cut in their earnings for each BTC mined. So at the moment, what we've kind of seen is a run up with mining stocks. To do with speculation of the spot ETF, there's on-chain activity as well, which was increased, which miners worked extra hard. Suddenly, miners were in profit leading up to the halving, which doesn't necessarily happen in previous cycles, but because of the on-chain activity which exploded, these miners were having a great time, having a field day, which is not necessarily what happens, run up just before the halving. So they need to take profits, because in order to sustain the next couple of months where they're finding their feet again after having, their earnings split by 50%, they need to take profit on BTC that they've mined before that, to shore up the companies. Exactly. And each company themselves, this is where you kind of get to the nitty gritty of mining stocks. What makes a successful miner? They need to have low overhead and profitable mining. So those two things there, low bills and low fees for mining. So energy, the power consumption. So the miners that are necessarily run by solar are it's going to be cheaper for them to run. So take a pick of a miner which is in a good area with a lot of sun if they run off of solar, because these factors factor into the stock market, like the stock market and the valuation of these miners. Also, another thing to note of miners, they don't always have 100% of their mining rigs turned on all the time. So certain parts of the year where the energy bills go up, they'll probably reduce the amount of miners that they turn on. A really good example of this is Riot. Riot are not operating with all of their miners turned on at the moment, and we've kind of seen the stock price shadow that, because Riot are a really good company. They've been around for a while. Their overhead is fairly low compared to some of the newbies in the market. They've got that stored up BTC from over time that they've been mining, which is increased in value over the time. But why haven't they seen the same returns as Mara, for instance?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not all of their rigs have been fully operational, so they've not been mining as much.
Oh.
So these just factors here really go into the effects of their stock price because of how much they're mining. What are they missing out on, and the like.
Wow, that's interesting, actually. Yeah, because but that makes sense though, because like, I mean, they're not going to be mining off of like gas generators because that would cost so damn much. So they're going to go something with like renewable energy, like you said, solar, anything like that, and then also, not going into it with like the mindset of like, oh, we got to have all of our miners on all the time. Like, no, as the market gets shittier, we're going to use less. As the market gets better, we're going to use more. That makes sense to me. But that's cool. I didn't know about that. That's the kind of like a big difference between Riot and Mara, is like one of them kind of paces how many miners are using. One of them's just full sending the whole time. So that's kind of cool.
And I believe that there are places that you can find out this type of information. There's definitely news reports, and they report on what percentage of miners they're running at different times of the year. So yeah, this information is out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff that when you're doing your own due diligence, you can research into when looking for a miner. You've got some of these newer miners that pop up on the block. Their overhead's extremely high. The debt for these mining rigs is through the roof. So of course they're going to struggle when the price of BTC drops. There's less transactions. Bear markets really wipe out a lot of mining industries or increase their debt. The BTC hasn't got this massive valuation as it probably has done from the last cycle after the bull runs kind of dropped into a bear market, and they've not had a sell off of their holdings of BTC, so that they might be struggling, and then they might have to close down their operations. So yeah, these things should really be part of our due diligence work when looking to pick a mining stock.
That is actually insanely crucial, because I honestly, from like an outside perspective, you just look at this stuff and you're like, oh my god, miners can just print money every day all year. It's like, no, they actually have to kind of time the market. It sounds like it's not just about randomly turning a machine on and just making money. Like, no, they kind of have to time the market a little bit. That's pretty crazy.
Absolutely, and not only time the market, time the weather. Just little things like this really affect energy, cost of running. All these little things factor into the mining side. Now, my knowledge is not as depth as some others, especially some other analysts. Like you follow Jesse, I know of, and he's a great expert on miners.
Oh, I fucking love Jesse.
Yeah, and he's just started a YouTube channel as well. And honestly, his stuff cracks me up. But it's very, very, it's well-educated stuff. He really knows the mining industry.
Did you vote on his poll the other day?
I did not, no.
He had a poll that was like, did I cuss too much in my video? And I didn't even watch it yet, but I was like, no, you didn't cuss enough, or whatever the option was. Like,
that's hilarious.
Because I love this dude's page is pretty awesome. But I do see him. He's probably the only other crypto information I think I ever see. And but I knew I had a lot better chance of just hanging out with you because we're already friends. But I'll see him mention like Hut. What's Hut?
Yeah, Hut is another miner, I believe.
Another miner? Okay. I see him mention that one a ton. Damn, you were like really like well organized with how you were breaking all this down. You already kind of covered like everything we talked about, and with really good breakdowns too. Like for like because I know how hard it can be to explain certain things to somebody who doesn't understand it the way you do. And it's just interesting how you like already went through all that, and it hasn't even been that long. And it's crazy. I feel like I've already learned a ton about miners. I've already learned a ton about these new ETFs and how the problems they're possibly facing, the multi-year out. It's just crazy. I don't know. You had a really well broken down explanation of everything so far. I just wanted to tell you that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. This is kind of what I've really been inspiring to do now. It's no secret if you read my posts. I really suffer from dyslexia. So
Oh, that's fine.
it's something which there'll be like random spelling mistakes or words like swapped around in my structures and in my articles, which I'm really trying to overcome because what I want to do is spread educational content to those who have been around in crypto for years. I've been around for 10 years, not fully active for 10 years, but I first bought the BTC 10 years ago. And then I want to be able to explain this to people who've been around for a while. I want to explain this to newbies. I put out a post the other day saying, if you've got relatives who are asking you about Bitcoin or anything crypto, send them my way. And I'll try to provide, user-friendly education, depending on, their background, their knowledge structure, because everybody's different. Everybody learns in a different way. But we can simplify this, or we can make it very, very complex. So just having the ability to kind of range between those two things, I don't think you need to overcomplicate this so much. We're talking about, you could talk about wallet addresses, seed phrases, which is great. I'm always going to promote self-custody, but if you're day trading on a regular basis and you're day trading Bitcoin, trade an ETF, because of those fees are going to be like drastically reduced. But if you're looking to buy and hold, buy physical Bitcoin, buy a wallet, make that a thing 100% safe.
Get you a cold storage.
Because some cold storage. I recommend Trezor wallets over Ledger, because there's a lot of iffiness around with Ledger. Especially over the last 2 years, they've definitely given multiple reasons to doubt the security. Apologies to everybody who has a Ledger. One of their scandals last year was where they revealed that they've always had access to your seed phrases, and it was a post posted by, I believe it was the CEO, and he quickly deleted it. But yeah, it was
sketchy.
Scandalous, and sketchy. Not somewhere I would want to store something which is perceived as safe.
Yeah.
And that story's out in the public domain. If you've got questions about it, send me a DM. I'll send you a link. I'm not just going to be spouting random information here.
No, you're good. You're good. If you guys do want to check out more information from him too, guys, I've been showing his Twitter on my screen this entire time. Click this link here. He actually has a really nice Substack. Check it out. Substack's pretty cool. And yeah, any other posts too on his page, go check it out. He has every single post by my boy Cam here is informational. I just kind of been going through your page this whole time we've been talking too.
I appreciate it.
I knew you were from the UK
don't tend
though.
to cover memes. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was gonna say I knew you were from the UK though, because I saw you spelled honored with an OU, and I was like, my friend Jason, we had the mustache bot, but out of respect for him, because he was the guy who coded it, we titled it Moustache, like with OU, and spelling it from his side of the world, and so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't even realize that until I saw your post.
Yeah, from outside London. I was actually I was born here, grew up here, spent a good portion of my time in the UK, and then I moved to Tennessee for 8 years. So I've got some experience stateside.
America, yeah, you saw Tennessee.
Mate, lived the redneck lifestyle for a few years. Or says not lived the redneck lifestyle, lived in the woods of the mountains of Tennessee. It was an absolutely beautiful place.
Yeah, dude, Tennessee's amazing. But yeah, that's a really good taste of America to get the whole gist of things here. That's cool though. I'm glad you've been in both then. That's awesome. I have a lot of friends in the UK and around that area, so I thought that was interesting. Now I got another one to add to the list.
Yeah, absolutely. If you ever come, we'll have to go grab a pint.
Oh, dude, 100%. I don't know if I'd ever be able to return to America if I went to the UK though. I have so many friends there. I'd probably be stuck there. A lot of really cool people over there. Well,
it's not a bad place.
Is there anything else you wanted to cover, or do you want me to jump into the questions from these guys, or what do you want to do?
Jump into some questions.
I'm not trying to rush you. I'm trying to give you your time. Let you
no worries. No worries.
Well, if you guys have any questions, spam Cam. This is the time to do it. I think I saw Daffy say Do you think there will come a time where we trade crypto ETFs 24/7? I'm sure another way of questioning that is also do you think there's a time where crypto ETFs will be maybe not dominantly popular, but do you think there will be a time in the future where they'll be a lot more popular where even your everyday person is talking about them?
So this is a question that we're having quite a lot of conversations about, especially between me and other analysts, because trading an ETF is great because a spot ETF is great because they have to physically hold, one for one of whatever ecosystem we're talking about here. However, the perceived value of the ecosystem is not going up or down. It's purely based on price speculation. However, the value of BTC, the value of Ethereum, the value of Solana goes up because of the on-chain, activity, the popularity, the use case that they're bringing, and the value. This is what makes the price go up, price go down. Probably not less so for Bitcoin because it is the dominating cryptocurrency, and always will be. But for anything sub, the top two, you can ignore Ethereum, if we like there. Anything below the top two cryptocurrencies, well, then the perceived value is really because of the on-chain metrics and the value that the teams are putting out, the value that people are taking away from it. So I can't say we'd go to a fully just trading ETFs all the time because the perception of value just decreased drastically. Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. No, I mean, that makes sense, though. Plus, it's hard to apply that to where, like, an everyday person's thinking about it, too. They're not even thinking about the stock market, let alone ETFs. Need his short to long-term projection on what? On crypto just in general? Remember, guys, if you have any questions, this is the time to drop them. He said on Bitcoin, okay.
On Bitcoin. So best case scenario, I think we're going to see some sideways consolidation for a couple months. Whether we test recent highs or perhaps sweep the lows of around 38,000. I'm going to give it a range, a really wide range, 48,000 to 38,000. That $10,000 range, I think it'll be really good to see Bitcoin just trade around here for the next, we've got 3 months to the halving, plus maybe 2 months after the halving before we start to see an initial buying reaction based upon previous cycles. So for the next 5 months, realistically, if altcoins are going to take a little run up, well, then we need to see Bitcoin hold an area. And this area between 48 to 38 is where I'd expect Bitcoin to hold before making its next leg up, testing all-time highs and eventually breaking through them. I can't see the worst case scenario of going sub 38k unless there's just massive news and massive FUD.
Which it looks like if there is a nice drop, you do have a pretty nice level on the weekly at 32k. Maybe some liquidation grabbing if that was to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
yep.
No, that's a really good way to put that. Instead of just saying, oh, it's going to the moon or it's going to hell, like he's sitting here telling you guys a realistic breakdown of, no, it's probably going to range trade because there's going to be a mix of reasons for it to go down short term and reasons for it to go up short term, and just kind of stick in this $10,000 range, which is a huge range. I know it doesn't look like it because I'm on the weekly, but you go to the daily and it's a lot bigger. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And as your community knows, you chart both ways. You don't just chart one way, which suits your agenda. We realistically got to look at Bitcoin. What can make it go up? Well, we know what can make it go up. This perceived value, the halving events coming in, it's going to be really popular. However, what's beneficial for the market overall, and what could bring the market down? So for me, I'm kind of ignoring what can make BTC rise in value, because it's a long-term hold. I'm not thinking short-term for BTC. However, we need to make sure that our risk is properly sized. So what are the catalysts that could create the downtrend, the down movements, suppressing that price for the next 5 to 6 months?
New high day. Sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
Cam's like, who the hell was that?
I've just been watching Spy this whole time.
Oh, you're good, Leland. Let's see here. What's the next question? That weekly shooter though. What are the other altcoins you were looking at? Ryan is looking at ETH, Link, Cardano. Cool.
Yeah, nice. Link, I'm quite vocal about my preference of Link. So take my opinions with a grain of salt because I personally hold quite a bit of Link. Obviously, today we're seeing quite a bit of downside, but the price is being suppressed around these levels and forced into kind of this range motion between 12.36 all the way up to trying to make those new highs of around just under $18. I love Link. It is international gas. So what this means is that any chain can use Link as gas for transactions if they choose to. So it's more of a network.
It's
So
very universal.
Yeah, very universal. The price of Link, we don't have to go back too far. If you look at the weekly, was caught in this range for around 525 days, and it was a tight range. And eventually, I don't know if anybody follows Banana 3 Stacks on X, but he has an expression, and I'm sure it's borrowed from someone else. The wider the base, the higher the space. And I think it's a really nice effect for something that's accumulating over time, and eventually its breakout will be enormous. And there's no reason to think that, as all this attention comes into the digital asset world, well, then something which is going to have a real strong use case like Link does, which is the full name Chainlink, why that won't see the benefits of being international gas.
I did not know that. That's actually very interesting because that is true. Every crypto has its different uses. Some of them are just for one particular thing, and then some of them are for a wide variety of uses. That's actually very interesting. Links, that's very universal.
Ethereum, I mean, Ethereum is just broken out of the massive ascending triangle. I think Jake has covered that a few times as well. You boy Jake, and yeah, it looks primed to test. My thesis is that we'll see 35,000 by end of Q1 on Ethereum. Again, based upon demand, we're gonna as the halving approaches, if Bitcoin consolidates, well then the ETH BTC pair will start to see sharp movements toward the upside, which is going to be great for like layer 2s within the ecosystem. If you want a breakdown of what layer 0s, layer 1s, layer 2s, layer 3s are in the world of digital assets, I did put out a post 2 nights ago, so you don't have to scroll too far down on my page on X or on Substack. I believe I put it out as a free post. You don't have to scroll too far down to see. I just defined quickly in like an easy to understand what the differences are between layer 1s, layer 2s, and layer 3s.
Oh, I found it. Yep, here it is, guys. Oh, that's a nice image. Okay.
I stole the image. Yeah, stole the image.
He made this on his own, guys. Let's see here. What's another question? Somebody asked a spicy question. Pressure my boy Cam here.
Do it.
What do you think of cryptocurrency's next push? 24 go back a couple minutes. He actually just finished covering his short to midterm outlook for 2024 for not all of cryptos, but he did cover it for Bitcoin. So Crypto Green, go back like 5-10 minutes. I'm also going to cut this stream for just his part, and we'll save it in that same playlist I showed you guys earlier with the Champions Vibe interview. I'll make sure to put these in the special guest playlist so you guys have them isolated. Anybody got a good pressure question? Let's pressure Cam. He's kind of killing every single question so far. Let's see here.
I got a question.
Okay.
Do it.
On ETFs mainly, because I don't really feel like doing too much research on crypto myself. Which ETF? I think you mentioned DeFi, right? But which ETFs would you say would be the best choice?
I think in terms of volume, as far as getting getting in and getting out. You're going to have IBIT, which is great. BlackRock's ETF, and Fidelity, which is FBTC. You've also got VanEck, which is the ticker HODL, HODL.
Yeah,
Amazing that they secured that.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Valkyrie's ticker is BRR.
That was another one I was looking at.
Oh my god, geniuses.
There's a few tickers at the moment. Obviously, with DeFi not being in the running of spot ETFs, I would keep my eye on IBIT, FBTC, and HODL. Probably going to be the nicest names, and also a lot of liquidity to jump in, jump out.
Cool, thanks.
That was a great question.
I've got something else which you could probably talk about, which would cover people who don't want to have any exposure to digital assets whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something, it takes a little bit of thought. So Bitcoin needs miners. Miners need GPUs and chips. Look to chip makers if you want to have some sort of exposure to Bitcoin without actually having any exposure to Bitcoin. Look to chip makers.
Just play semiconductors. What's the point in exposing to digital? Yeah, that makes sense. Nvidia, AMD.
If you know that, researching mining companies, if they have to order, let's say they have, a large portion of their miners are broken, they're going to have to place a big order into semiconductors and the like. So look to those guys. Obviously not financial advice, but just somewhere that you can consider. The other sectors that evolve around Bitcoin, and you could say the same for energy consumption and stuff like that. But once this is in the mainstream, we're at the precipice of mass onboarding into digital assets via these ETFs. So, have a look to the other industries that are going to be affected.
That makes sense. I like that. Not pressuring people to, hey, get into crypto, you're going to miss out. Like, no, there's other sectors you can definitely be a part of that aren't exactly just into crypto, that definitely have exposure to crypto.
Yeah.
Very nice breakdown. Daffy said, thoughts on stricter restrictions on the crypto world?
Welcome it. Bring it on.
He welcomes it. I like it. Plus, restrictions are good because it gives it validation, and it looks legit to everybody. The stricter it is on everything, the more regulated it is. But we'll see.
That is it. Tighter regulation will bring more people into the space. So
100%.
It's not a bad thing.
It's like going from trading an OTC stock to an actual company that's a part of the S&P 500. Like it validates it. It gives it hey, you're good. Time to buy. It's regulated. Mm-hmm. That's why Nvidia keeps going up. Yeah. Nvidia is literally on the moon.
Yeah, Nvidia is one I always point to. It's tremendous. Now, last year with Nvidia, we had an opportunity to speak to I can't name them, but a few guys there, and they were talking about the pre-orders they were getting for these next generational chips. And this information was all public, so I can speak about it. People were ordering too much and realizing that they only had 50% usage of their chips. So on the next orders, they only ordered half the amount that they would previously. So it reflected bad in the earnings. However, that's changed because now the demand's increased tenfold. So Nvidia's in a really nice position to capitalize on that at the moment.
You're saying Nvidia could go more?
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Plus, I'm kind of add to your other point you made earlier too. Accumulation turning into a larger breakout. That's a very real thing, and we talk about that here too. If the range is between 450 and 500 for the past couple weeks, I can tell you it's at least going to $25, $30 past its breakout, and it did that within 2-3 candles. Now it's kind of at this point where you're getting these gapped up small body candles, you're getting late people getting in. So I'm personally waiting to see where this finally gets some settling price action after the continuation moves here. But it is crazy to say though that Nvidia is not even close to done. And that's just from the crypto aspect. We're not even talking about everything else. That's just crypto orders on getting, the different semiconductor parts needed to do what they do. So that's honestly wild that they have a lot more space to go.
Probably the last topic that we could probably cover, if there aren't any more questions, would be the use case of AI and how does that fall into the world of digital assets.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and talk about that. We can end it there too
So
with whenever you want,
yeah,
whenever you want to finish it.
yeah, perfect. I'll probably cover this last topic and then I'll probably have to shoot off. I believe my baby is about to cry and wake up from his nap. So yeah, so the world of AI and digital assets last year really saw a boom, along with, obviously it was one of the biggest topics that started flying off the handle really. Apple are about to release their the Vision Pro headset. The rendering is done by a company called Render, the Render Network, ticker RNDR.
I was gonna say you tweeted about this actually.
I did indeed. I'm about to drop an article tomorrow, just basically doing an introduction to the company Render and its prospects for 2024. I'll just say what I talk about in the article, and basically just highlighting the fact that Render have got a partnership with Apple,
What?
which is huge.
Yeah, it's very huge.
It is very huge, and it's not necessarily majorly out there in the public domain. You can find it if you search for it on Google, but it's not being advertised. What Render are doing, they're changing the game with rendering and cloud, using the cloud by utilizing the blockchain, which is reducing load, and you're basically able to share GPU power amongst multiple devices, combine it, and use AI to enhance the effects of it. So yeah, massive for the world of digital assets. I think what we had was, in the second wave of AI last year, really shook out the good projects from the ugly. So now we're kind of left with, we can see the effects of who just threw AI in the name, the title of their project, with actual use case for this time around. So when we start to see, and I've called my thesis the third wave of AI for 2024, because I do think we're on the edge of it. I believe the catalyst will be Apple. Apple's been very, very quiet with their productiveness on the world of AI in their earning calls. They only mentioned it a handful of times, compared to Nvidia, Meta, who were saying the word AI like 50, 100 times in their earnings.
Literally.
Literally, I don't know if you saw the videos. It was just like AI.
Yeah, I remember seeing the counter all over Twitter. It was like, this is how many times Google said it. This is how many times Nvidia said it. This is how many times Apple said it. Like, everybody started doing an AI counter on earnings calls ever since that earnings. That was so funny.
Exactly, and I think Apple hit 10. It's not many.
Not many,
Not
but
many
more
when you
than
compare
one.
it to the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than one. Which basically, and they took all their chips in house. They've been really hush hush with the developments they're doing. But looking at the partnerships, we can see where they're going. So we're analysts, we analyze, so we predict based upon what we're seeing. And their partnership with Render, the use case for this Vision Pro, which is revolutionary technology. Granted, I don't think we think that $3,500 price tag is revolutionary. But what they're doing is going to disrupt the market in AI big time. So I'm looking at Render to kind of see the benefits of that on the digital asset side of things.
Well, I'll definitely be looking for your Render. You said you're going to be posting an article on Render tomorrow. Yeah. On Twitter. Okay. Well, I'll definitely be retweeting that and reading that. I'll even read it on stream tomorrow, just because that is AI is interesting, because it definitely is part of the future.
Absolutely.
We're already seeing huge applications, huge strides in that sector. So, and that's cool that you said that too. We kind of went through. I like how you keep putting this. Like, you have like levels and like stages to things, because that is kind of like a good way to think about things. Like, it doesn't just come out and then we just go up forever. Like, no, we come out and then you start to see the application phase, and you start to see more people start to adopt it, and then, or whatever it may be, and then you start to see that trend start to kind of pop up on the chart more. But that's interesting, the way you put things, the stages, the levels of things. I like that.
That's exactly it. And that's probably, BTC, Ethereum, it all moves in cycles and waves. So that's probably where my thinking stems from with that side of things. We see that fluctuating. I think they call them bubbles really in the stock market, but you could equate them to waves. of popularity, what comes in, what goes out, what shows use case, what doesn't. Well, how's that then going to roll into the next time that this subject comes up?
Well, damn, man, I feel like I learned a lot today, and I'm like, it's crazy because like we really didn't ask that many crazy questions, and we got a lot out of you. That was crazy, and literally time flew having you in here. He said, "B, ask him
By quick.
why would anyone want to get into crypto after the collapse of a crypto exchange like FTX." That's what he wants me to ask you. That's the pressured question of the day.
Pressured question. Why would anybody want to get involved?
After
I
the
think,
FTX.
after the FTX debacle, the problem is everything got centered around one person, SBF. And people were putting their faith in SBF. What does crypto stand for? Decentralization. That's not very decentralized. That's very much centralized. People were putting their actual faith, their money toward one individual. He turned out to be scamming everybody, right? So then all of a sudden, you go back to the main principle that founded Bitcoin, in the beginning, which was decentralization. So if you want to get involved in cryptocurrency, you're not going to put your faith in one person, are you? You're going to split that off and go for a decentralized look. I never partook in the FTX exchange. I never put any money through there. There was a lot of questionable activity going on from the very beginning. But when billions start to be in people's faces, people start to lose, the instinct to do research. All of a sudden,
They lose their passion to even want to even look at that shit anymore. They don't even want to use that. Momentum is just all dissipated because of something like that. And he's speaking from experience.
They're literally just chasing dollars.
Ryan is somebody who lost money with FTX, so it's a good pressure question, but he means it out of good spirits, I'm sure. But no, I mean,
what I would say is that the cryptocurrency is about owning your own keys, keeping your own seed phrases, keeping money off of exchanges. Now, the ETFs are great, because they allow people who've got pensions to hold it in BTC. Great, you're going to be putting a lot of faith into the institutions, much like you do when you hold money on exchanges. That's similar to the FDF thing. However, if you're into BTC, I do recommend holding a cold wallet, holding your own seed phrase. Don't share that out. These practices can help avoid losing money, especially on exchanges, because when it's centralized, it's no longer yours. There's a phrase in crypto that we say, not your keys, not your crypto. It's a hard lesson to learn if you've lost your money. And I'm really sorry to hear that. But in the future, practice safe things in crypto, which is owning your own keys, owning your own seed phrase, not sharing that out, and you'll be okay.
Wonderful reply. I like that. I like that response. Very, very awesome. Yeah. And good question,
Thank
Ryan.
you very much for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you guys. Everybody, please go follow Cam on Twitter. I already follow him. You guys should already be following him if you're one of my people. Definitely check him out. Check out some of his tweets. Definitely be on the lookout for some of his future tweets. I'll definitely be looking out for the render post coming out, later on this week. So I'll definitely be reading that on stream when it comes out. But thank you, man. You're seriously the only crypto page, I guess besides Jesse. I forgot Jesse does post crypto. You're the only crypto page I actually follow or pay attention to. You're the only person I listen to in this stuff. And I really do hold you to the highest regards and respects when I look at your information. And I do appreciate everything you've done for not just this community, but just every community around. Because I see you constantly. You're like the glue, man. I see you helping out Ace. I see you with Champ. I see you with all these other guys. I'm like, man, Cam knows everybody. Who is this guy? So glad we got to talk to you more. Glad we got to actually have you on a stream. You're my second real guest on this stream, so glad to have had you here for it.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you for your kind words. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep up that reputation for as long as I can.
I know you will, man. I know you will. And
post quality content and ignore all the rubbish that comes out, because there's a lot of it in digital assets. And I'll try my best to.
There is. That's why it's hard for me to follow this stuff, because I don't like anybody in this space. Like, everybody's so toxic. Everybody's so Just like if I say like when Ryan asked that question, somebody else would have responded with, "Oh, just maybe don't be in crypto then, dummy." Like it's like, okay, that's not really helpful. Like appreciate that. You actually gave a good response of like, "Hey, own your keys, dude. You didn't own your keys. They have your keys." So there was a big, difference and discrepancy there between just whatever. And I feel like other people in this space also don't cover actual like levels and stages like you just did. Like people will just say, "Oh, it's going to the moon over time. Just get in now." It's like, well, that's not right. Like, what if I want a dollar cost average? What if I want to do this? What if I want to do that? Apply a different strategy. What if I'm not a swing trader? There's a lot of different applications for different people. So I appreciate you covering all bases. And guys, please check his Twitter out. Definitely check out his Substack. This guy's super cool, super chill, and very informational without giving bias. I mean, he straight up told you everything for good and bad. He didn't sit here and try to sell you some stupid pipe dream or anything like that. So definitely support Cam when you see him. And I appreciate you being here for our second official guest.
Thank you very much. Catch you guys later.
See you later, Cam. I appreciate you, man. Everybody say bye to Cam. We all love Cam. Appreciate you, man. Oh, he's gone. Damn, that was cool, man. He was super chill. All right, let me call Leland again since he probably wants to talk. God, can't have what you want. What's up, Leland? You can unmute your mic now.
I knew how I did. No.
Look, nothing has happened. This was a perfect day to have a speaker.
Yeah.
All right, guys, seriously, out of 10, how was Cam? 1 being horrible, 5 being he was all right, and 10 being he was perfect. He was great. I need a score here out of 10. I'm personally giving him a 9.9. Thank you, Cam Makers. 10, 11. A lot of 9s and 10s. I like it. Yeah, pretty cool. And you guys know me. I don't really like bringing on guests in here because I'm pretty anti-social with that kind of thing. But I definitely want to bring other speakers in here that I actually think will give you guys good information. And that what he said is exactly what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear just straight up bullish bias. I didn't want to hear bearish bias. I wanted to hear everything. And that's what he did. He gave us good breakdowns. He even gave us a good warning on DeFi because DeFi, for anybody who doesn't know, is the most marketed and posted ETF for Bitcoin right now because of what just happened with the approval. And it's funny because it is out there, the information is out there, but I feel like every source I've seen isn't talking about how DeFi isn't as attractive as it should be, and then he gave us an exact reason why, and I thought that was very interesting. Not just selling you pipe dreams and stuff, so I thought that was cool. I missed it. Can you tell him to say everything he just said one more time?
And
yeah, my bad, Alexis. I didn't get to ask him about everything. And good question, Ryan. There was a lot of good, just kind of intermediate questions. I was glad that you asked him a pressure question because it's good to pressure people, man. It's good to see how they'll respond. And I feel like a lot of your more wise, calm people will give you a good, wise, calm response. And that's exactly what he gave us, so that was awesome. Yeah, shout out to Cam. Glad to have had our second official guest. Is there anybody else you guys would like to see on here or types of information you'd like to see? If so, just let me know. But I'll pretty much only feature people that I actually respect or actually follow or actually pay attention to. So I'm not just going to bring any random person on here. But thank you guys for also being mature. I appreciate you guys for keeping it very cool in here. Everybody kind of was just vibing and just listening and asking questions when it was time. So I appreciate you guys for keeping this a mature platform to ask questions and stuff. That was awesome. All right, back to stocks though. Come on. We got 2 higher lows holding above our current day low, which is holding the bullish area that we're looking at. We talked about how bulls have control of 473 to 473.50s as long as they're support. We've now seen 1 major higher low, a second, and now we're kind of just sitting in this range after this new high of day just happened. The entry just hit, didn't it, Leland? You're in puts, aren't you? I knew it.
Not on anything.
All right, let's see.
But
It did do the thing though.
just lower high does look pretty good.
Shit, that could have been my entry on that last candle. No break of structure. I just like that breakout didn't close higher.
It's decent, but SPX is well above today's open. This could be setting up for a bat pump.
It's weird. It did that whole thing where it closed above and then broke back down, and then it did the same thing above today's open. A lot of money moving around between that.
Yeah.
We held the bullish fib too. Good call out by Matthew. Just finished.
Those are some super interesting points on the mining stocks
Yeah, I'd never heard
about
some
how
of those
that
points.
Bitcoin halving like cuts their profits.
Yeah, they have to like slow
Never
down how
even
many of
thought
them,
about that.
how many miners are on. They have to focus on like the weather for like, you know, for their energy resource to like run everything they're doing. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. And I forgot about that hut stock that you mentioned. We used to swing that, I remember. Yeah, I have some lines that I drew from like a million years ago.
Man, I knew he was going to be a good guess. I don't know how I knew, but I knew it. I just tweeted this for anybody who wants to go support it, saying just finished. I will cut it up and save it on my YouTube for everyone to watch later. We have had two guests now, Champion Vibe and now Cam. Definitely happy to have had both of them on here. If you guys would like to see anybody else, let me know who. I could probably score a big name for like 20 minutes, but we'll probably just chill with what we got now. By the way,
Tesla
BA
hit 210s.
BA hit my target. So sorry that I wasn't here to alert that the target was hit, but if you were in that, that was awesome. Good take profit if you did get that without me while I was busy. I can't even find my comment when I posted this. Where did I say that? Oh, BA 210 today?
That's funny. Tesla also hit 210, or just about, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, this is going up and hitting 210. You got Tesla going down and hitting 210. Boeing and Tesla the same price. That's crazy.
Right.
208.70s. Tesla is 211.50s. Yo, good call out by Zeke on the trade floor. Let me just review this for a second. He said QQQ potentially rejecting all-time
God.
highs. He then posted a follow-up post. Where is it? Here it is. Could be a lower high. Sees the hit. Sees the lower high. Scroll down to his recent
Did you
post.
enter puts?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I was looking and reading too many things. I didn't have time to even look at anything.
Man, that call out.
Oh, Spy. Yeah. No, I don't have.
Yeah. Damn.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Be like, yeah, I'm in that. Yeah,
I
I'm making a
wish.
bag right now. No, I just like that it did the thing, man. It did the thing right here.
For
It
sure.
popped above it, closed below it, and then retested it. That's bearish. Now, I did agree with your point though on SPX. because it was doing the exact same thing I just said, but to the upside. If you look at that, go to the open, it closed below it, and then it broke above it and held it. So, if anything, if you were looking at SPX, that trapped you in longs, and if you were in SPY, it could have trapped you in the opposite side. So, I don't know. I still feel like that wasn't strong enough for me to get in that. That was too indecisive. You have one thing telling me it's bearish, you had one thing telling me it's bullish. SPX and SPY were actually on 2 different pages there for an entire 5 minutes. So I'm cool with that one. But Leland is right, and within a 2-minute period, that would have paid pretty fat. Just because of the pacing of it, the speed of it. Alright, I'm going to remove all these annoying yellow lines, guys. Sorry about that. Oops. I'm going to just add this one. Today's open. Song sounds depressing. It hasn't even started yet.
Of course, Mel caught it. Insane.
Zeke, Mel, and Nox all killing it. He said, I killed it 134% with good size. When Mel says that, he means it. Good size. Alright, Mel, just remember what we talked about. Keep pacing, keep pacing.
1 minute inside bar just broke.
Rut-row.
Probably a new low day coming. There it is. New low. On SPX at least.
On SPY as well. Oh, wait. Yeah, it hit, but it didn't hold. Now it's holding. I'm going to change the moving the market post. Yo, this song's pretty good. I don't know why.
Man, AMD really faded.
Don't forget overnight gap, golden pocket. Done for me, done. Did full size to 189%. Good job, Mel. That is crazy. But hey, man, this is what we've been working towards, Mel. These days are going to happen to you now. Because you've worked towards them. You didn't, get lucky. None of that. This is all hard work. Good job, man. You deserve every percent. Smaller time frame, triple top NVIDIA. Good call by Ryan. CJ said, got 30% on that SPY drop. Couldn't hold after the first target hit. Staying disciplined with only one contract, though. Good. And that's smart, though. You shouldn't be looking past the first target if you only have one contract. Very good job, CJ. That was good self-awareness. Positional awareness, I should say. Great job, CJ. I feel like I learned something reading that. Chart posted, I am dead. That's what Mel said. Let me read it. Wait, where am I looking? Oh, here we go. Pretty crazy gains in today's chat. I've been pretty busy, and you guys are just destroying it. You didn't even, special guests came and gone. Y'all don't even care. Y'all are just killing it. Starting the day off with Kevo, over 30K in gains. Crazy. Coming to here on trade. Sorry, results in review. You got Mel making over 1,500 on his recent trade with a trade breakdown as well, showing you exactly where his entries and exits were. Really good breakdown here by Eric. I could already tell this was your post without even seeing your name on it. You did the thing. Alright, I won't speak on it. Keep doing it. God, a lot of really good posts so far in here. And then you go to the trade floor and you got the same thing going on. Everybody in here posting gains, killing it. Working hard together. You got Zeke over here. Love it, man. Everybody's helping each other out. I'm gonna just watch The Woman on Spy real quick, Luland. Just realized, even though it did make a new low, it didn't really hold it. If that flushes, though, bounce. That's going to 473. That's going to be a good 40-cent drop. At least. We'll see, though.
May even go all the way to previous day high, potentially. But yeah, I like 473 because it's the, what is that, 2-day go low, I think? $473.06 and 472.79.
And if you guys ever post your trade reviews on Twitter or anything, just tag me. I'll definitely read it and post or whatever the hell you want me to do. Massive thanks to Bueller Trading the Community for having me. We talked all things crypto, including my outlook for 2024. Make sure to go check out his page and give him a follow. Appreciate you, Cam.
Damn, Oxy. That's a nice candle there. Nice little shooter.
Alright, I think I am going to answer now.
Let's go.
$47.30s look good. I did $47.25.
A complete gap fill would be great.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm out of water. I'm gonna go grab some because I genuinely am like, my throat is dying after all that talking. So I'll be right back. But yell in my ear if anything's happening.
All right. Yo, Bueller. Bueller. Better get back with the quicks. Something happened.
Yo,
You're probably up like 40% or so. We just hit that 2-day go low.
All right, I closed 3. All right, back.
Did
I'm
you
back,
make
I'm back.
it?
Yeah. I closed 3 out of 5. I still have 2.
All right, good. You brought your phone with you.
Yeah. I had it in my hand. I was trying to set a conditional order, but then it started dumping and moving.
Run.
I was like, this new low must be happening or something.
Right as you said that, all right, yell if something happens. It just flushes down.
I'll cut final 2 if we cross the level we broke.
Yeah, we wicked that level.
I got a late fill on
perfectly,
that.
473 level.
It actually hit almost 20%, but mine only hit, when I sold it, hit 13%, so I got a little bit of slippage on mine.
Yeah, it was quick. It's pulling up pretty quick here.
Yeah, nice little wick up. I bet on the 5 minute this looks crazy. Yeah, it does. Are they gonna give us
Looking
the
like
break
that's
and
all
retake?
they wanted was that level.
Yeah. Just the 470. I told you, man, at least 473. At least going there.
Yeah.
But that's not even a for sure break yet, so we'll see if 473 is crack or not. Might have to just chill on the 30 minute today, honestly. This is one of those like really slow days. Not slow, but the pacing is. There's still really good movement everywhere.
There's the close of that 5 minute and a 15-minute candle, so I'll have to see what happens here.
I saw what happened to you, Timmy. Did anybody catch that scalp with me? It was only a 50-cent move, but on the same days, it was really good. I even got 13% on a late fill. Oh, I'm just chugging this water, dude. I'm not kidding. I was so thirsty. Well, how was your day, then? Did you take a bunch of trades, or you just been chilling?
Took a couple. My bigger wins were calls.
Nice. Definitely the direction today.
Yeah, up until now.
Oracle trade would have paid me better. Got faked out on the 1 minute. Should have been taking the 5 minute into better consideration earlier this morning. Hey, but this is important, CJ. What you're doing right now, reviewing, looking back at it. Seeing what could have realistically stopped you from being in that trade, or stopped you from doing something in that trade. Looking back and saying, all right, this is what I need to look out for next time. And then remembering that's another hard part too. I think a lot of people are really good at reviewing, and then they forget like, oh wait, I should probably apply some of the things I was just reviewing. So very important, very important. But thank you for being so open about that. Noxta did better than you. He's catching up, man. I told you. Noxta's not one of those people to joke around with. That dude will randomly just pop up and he'll be like killing the next trade. Noxta is a very quick learner.
Look at this pump. Right off your level, 473. We did. We definitely did. Peoples.
I think we just got the thing. Peoples, make sure to go back and stream and check out my earlier explanation. Or were you here when I was covering this? I actually covered how SPX and Spy both showed two different ones, but on its own, Spy did really good. The Thing, that's what we're going to call it. It has no entry name, it's just The Thing. You saw? Okay, good. I just thought that was interesting because we don't see that too much. So I wanted to make sure you saw it. 3.25% on the day on BA, killing it. PayPal still holding good majority of its gains. Tesla, poor Tesla. Leland, what did you do to Tesla, man?
Getting ready to buy.
Right before that earnings
I don't know
call.
if I want to before earnings, though.
Yeah, it needs some settling. Is there any more big news coming out today, Eric? I'm going to look. Bostic is the last big news today. There's something about the 10-year happening. Oh, the 10-year bid to cover is at noon. That's not anything, though. Oh, shouldn't be. Bostic said, my baseline is for rate reduction starting in Q3. Oh, they're bumping it back a quarter. Nice. With care needed not to cut too soon and risk renewed demand and price pressures. Damn, that's a sentence. I am open to starting rate cuts before July if there's convincing evidence this inflation is slowing faster than I anticipate. Bro's making us play the guessing game. Love it.
Damn, that monthly chart looks kind of ugly, though.
Oh yeah, looks
Just
like
on your screen.
Looks like it needs more settling. Kind of agreeing with what your opinion is, honestly. Might just need to wait till after earnings, get some more information first.
Maybe get a hammer February or something.
Good updates on Oxy. I'm glad to see more than just Daffy looking at that. Me ignoring the 20 times Leland said it today.
Yeah, Daffy executed on that. Like always.
Not gonna lie, Qs look like crap. Only thing holding them from falling more is that today's open. Same story for SPY, but 473. It just isn't holding anything that well yet. We need to see more information here first before we truly flip back to longs. Shorts are still looking good here, to be honest.
Yo, Daffy.
Daffy! Did the Oxy profits already settle? Sherman gets one. Fitz, Green Candlestick, Steve Isaac, Deep, and Jonathan Sherman, Shermy. Make sure to thank Daffy for that. Remember, guys, It's not just that he gave the channel $25. He also just gave 5 different people an entire month of access to over 70 videos on the channel. Actually, I say 70, but I think I'm closer to 80. But thank you for that, Daffy. Seriously, I cannot appreciate you enough for that. Go learn the thing, people. Spread out. Love you guys. Love you, Daffy. And Daffy, if you want to join the call, you can. I know you said you got the family and everything. But if you want to come in here and talk for a little bit, you can. I was going to invite you earlier, but I knew I was going to probably bug Leland, and then I knew I had that special guest, so I didn't want to have like 50 people in here. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream, everybody. Gonna go a little bit longer than usual today, because why not? Are you guys cool with some minor noise from the kids? I mean, I don't know. You say that every time, and then I never hear anything. I never hear, like, any noise or anything. Join me in? Okay, I bet. Alright, I'll invite you in. Add friends to DM. Daffy. Oh, you guys get to hear this annoying sound again.
Yo.
Yo, what is going on, Daffy? How you doing, man?
Good, brother. Very good so far. How you guys doing?
Chilling, just relaxing, kind of just going through a bunch of setups, really. Took a small scalp. Now I'm just kind of watching everything unfold, see what's happening. Watching a bunch of different sectors. Answering questions.
I'm watching SPY. I posted a chart on for the 30-minute time frame. I highlight the wicks of the 2 first candles. If bears can break what I call the buy zone for 2 days, zone if you want to call it, I might go short. Otherwise, I'm just watching as well. I'm waiting for another opportunity for the upside.
Awesome.
But other than that, man, good info on from the crypto guy. Crypto, what's his name? Degen.
His name is Crypto Degen, but I just call him Cam because that's his name. But,
Cam.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was awesome. It was unique.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
it's
I
good
wanted.
to learn about other stuff as well. Like we don't have just the stock market. We have the crypto market now. We have I don't know NFT market. Yeah, we have currencies. We have
commodities.
Bunch of things,
so much shit. It's just good to know
the more
about
you
the other
learn.
markets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree. The more you learn, you don't have to trade them, but at least have an idea what's going on behind these markets. Always helps.
Because money moves, money rotates.
Always. It's a money game. The more you understand it, the better you position yourself, right?
Qs are wicking too, really nice.
I didn't check Qs in a while. I told you, man. I'm afraid to trade them.
Dude, I love the keys, honestly. Ever since I started seeing Zeke post more, I started trading it more, and I was like, man, this is actually kind of... It's just like SPY chain, except it's not in the same place as SPY all the time. Like, sometimes it's up more, and it's rallying through... Like you'll be in the mindset of SPY needing to break, like, yesterday's high or yesterday's open, and then on Qs, it's already above those levels or already below those levels, you know? Sometimes it's already doing it. So, sometimes it does have a little bit of discrepancy between, like, where is SPY and where is triple Qs, but... It is pretty fun to trade, though, I will say that. I've only done the triple Q chain. I haven't done the, like, crazy high volatile chain for it yet. I think it's, like, NDX or something.
Oh, wow. I don't know, man. The reason I'm afraid of them is because they're very volatile. Like, super volatile. Like,
Very.
I feel like I'm trading crypto.
Yeah, the tech
1
market
minute
can be
up, next
very
second down.
crazy.
But if you again, it's everything applies to what we learned from you, right? The BB system. That if you know the levels and you're trusting the process, I mean, by all means, go for it. It's how you prepare yourself to trade that ETF. The same thing applies with every other ticker.
Hmm.
It's how well you prepare yourself and how much you're willing to risk, lose, which level you watching. Where's Leland?
I'm here.
I wanna hear your
Just
voice.
listening.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason
wanna hear
I
your
talk
voice.
to him too, Daffy. I don't even really care about his trading advice.
No,
Nah,
no, man.
it's the
He
voice.
doesn't know how to trade. I don't know what he. I know what the fibs is. I have no idea.
Can you guys hear
I
me
never.
or no?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you. We're just
no,
fucking
bro.
with you.
Oh, okay.
Damn it!
Um,
I
Yeah,
should have
not
said it
here.
too, Daffy. Nah, we don't hear you at all.
I
He
can't
actually
hear you,
genuinely
bro.
sounded
Who's
lost
this
though,
guy?
so I didn't want to like let him
I
actually
was
think
like,
his
wait a
shit's fucked
minute.
up.
I thought Discord was screwing me over again.
Yeah, no, man. Great thing with the fibs. I never had the chance to talk to you before, but you're doing amazing with updating every member with everything with your inside bar video, fibs. At least we have a proper system to trade off. And one advice I want to say because I read few comments. I want to say that probably the last 2 3 weeks, people say sometimes fibs doesn't work. Well, I think the more you apply them or you test them, you can sense when they might not work. Let's say we have a bullish uh, trend going on, right? Yeah, fibs might not work. Um,
Because
but
fibs
if you
don't
have a
work.
bear,
It's not because of that setup. It's because fibs don't work though.
Yeah,
yeah,
nothing's 100%
exactly.
in this
It,
market ever. So
it's but it's how you apply them, right? It's how you apply that setup to have a better probability, have a better
that's exactly
win
right.
ratio. So I use them all the time. Like me and people we talk, Mel, D-Touch, we always when we talk we always put the reference. Oh, here's the fib, here's the mark. We need to watch this level because it's important. Because it's something you back tested. We trust you. So no, man, you're doing great stuff. Thank you for that.
You
No,
suck,
you
Leland. Don't get it. Don't
you
let it
were
get to
doing
your
great
head.
stuff.
I don't do
Yeah,
shit. I'm just listening to the kids screaming. I don't know if you guys hear them on the background, but
not at all.
See?
oh, that's good, man. Man, that cheap $20 headphones working.
No, it's because I think when you're on like Discord in a call with people, they'll hear it better. But like in here, I don't know. Like I think
That's
if you
good.
were in the like the group call, I think they would hear it better. But I think we have worse audio quality in here.
That's
So
good.
I think
That's
that's
good.
covering you. But yeah, I've literally never heard your kids except like maybe twice.
Oh,
Kind of
that's
starting to
amazing.
look like a 3-bar play here on the 15 to the downside.
Downside. Yep.
The previous candle was the inside bar. If we break that low, meanwhile Josh is
Everybody.
in the calm sector, la la land.
Yeah, I'm looking around at everything to be honest. It's because I stare at Spy every day in here. Like I got so many hours in this chart.
Yeah.
Half my channel is Spy. No, 80% of my channel is Spy.
Yeah.
No, you guys are right. I probably should be watching this with y'all.
You know, everybody wants to see
Oh.
Spy hitting all-time highs. Yeah, I just don't know when. I feel it soon, but I don't know when. That's the problem.
I think because there's definitely got to be a lot of options expiring tomorrow. People played like a lot of leaps last year, I'm sure. Once those are cleared, once they get all those all-time high call options expiring worthless.
Oh man. So tomorrow we have quad witching?
No, not quad witching, but let me find that.
I think it's double
If it
I
witching.
know you
can.
sent a chart.
Yeah,
You
I think
sent a
it's
chart
double witching.
or a calendar earlier.
Because it's not the end of the quarter and
Yeah.
it's not the end of the half, so I think it is double.
No,
So a lot of volatility. Either way, it's a lot of volatility.
Yeah. Especially it being January.
Cave Bob Josh just said, I have to redo my chart for SPY. It looks like a 2-year-old ran across the screen with crayons. Oh my god.
So tomorrow's monthly equity, index, and cash settled currency options expiration, and it's also monthly expiring equity and PM settled index options cease trading, expiring cash settled currency options cease trading. So
Hmm. See, I don't follow this new, not news or the option chain related stuff. Just I don't know, man. I think sometimes
yeah,
that's one of the reasons, and I'm trying to focus a lot for this year, honestly, is to eliminate as much noise as I can. Just straight focus on the chart. Eliminate the, for example, with the oil, right? We have the OPEX.
My
I
voice
could
was
hear
on
you,
red.
Daffy.
My bad. I was the one who had bad connection. That was actually me. I had the
Yeah, I
same
see it.
notification as Leland for a second. I think talking to Leland's messing this up, Daffy. We need to start hanging out without him more.
Yeah, my bad Wi-Fi is hacking through.
No, I actually think the
He's
market makers are hacking Discord and are like, we're so tired of this Leland guy. Like, take him out.
His Wi-Fi is
Did you see
provided by
this?
Verizon.
Speaking of this three-bar
Verizon.
play down on 15 minute, it's playing out.
Verizon. That is totally Leland. Get that new low day, Leland. Let's get it in there.
There's a place. Let me find that on
I'm in
Google
heavy.
Maps.
Come on, Leland. New low day. Come on.
I'm up 30% here. Just trimmed.
Give us Spy Red. Feed my people. Oh, my bad, guys. Y'all are going to hear the stream for like a half second. All right, there we go.
It's gonna be one of those small, slow moves down, or what? Bounce at every little low.
It's about to flush really hard, actually, and you're about to take profit for 300%.
Take that.
Oh, I'm on the 15 minute. I'm like, why are my candles moving so slow?
Yeah, that 15's clean.
Yeah, it does look very good.
Would
What's
at
up,
least
dude?
love to see a little dip below previous day high. Be nice.
What's up, though, Daffy? What you been up to lately?
Not much, man. Working hard lately, man. We have so my current job, we have a lot of people. I don't know, people either lazy or they don't want to come to work, man. And I have been taking a lot of extra shifts. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on, honestly.
Lazy people, man.
I
Lazy people.
just have been at work more than I have been at home.
Taking advantage of it, though. I like
Yeah.
that, man. You're taking advantage of all the extra shifts and stuff. Plus, your
Extra
higher
shift?
ups, they're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, "Damn, this guy's getting after it."
No, man. I don't want to. You see, that's the. I think that's the problem I did when I was a lot younger. I tried to chase for the rat race, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I move up myself to the corporate, and this is where I start hating my life. And what I end up doing, quitting, right? I end up quitting my banking job because I couldn't take it anymore. And at least now it's a slower pace, and I'm not looking like. Thank God I'm good with my trading. I can provide for the family, pay the stuff I need to pay, and having that extra job for the healthcare, insurance stuff helps. That's all I need. I'm not looking to get rich quick and stuff like that.
Why not?
No, I'm not like you, bro. I'm not
Just kidding.
SPX
No, dude.
500%, 1000%.
I'm the same way. I don't go crazy with the heavy positions like Mel does.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
have
know,
the
man.
heart
Grab like
rate
max
capacity
three
to do what
contracts
Mel's
these
doing.
days.
Yeah, I'm not buying 500 contracts. Oh, it's a good way to live a short life.
Yeah. I'm trying to enjoy life now. I want to be here for the kids, and that's it, man. That's all matters to me. As long as they're happy, I'm happy.
That's awesome.
There's a post I just posted on the trade floor. Every time I pass by this place, it's very close to the Costco we go to in my area. It's called the Bears Trading Post. Every time I see that, it just reminds me of Leland for some reason.
Just
Ryan, so in Thinkorswim, go to the very top right, click Setup, and then there's a option there, Open Shared Item, and you paste the link in there.
So far, Spy is holding that buy zone for me. I don't know if they're gonna build a hammer in the 15 minute.
why did you give me the whole link? Oh, there we go.
Paste it like 4 million times.
You also have that problem too, though. If you hit copy link address, YouTube will give it a different link.
Yeah,
It'll add like
that could be
it adds symbols in between each number. I don't know why that does
So
that.
I have a question for you all. Maybe you can help me get better to this. So yesterday I was saying SPY 475, SPY 475, right? And for
You're
some
right.
reason,
We hit
and
it.
well, sometimes I visualize, and this happens more often, and I might visualize the move, right? But it might not happen the same day. It's gonna always happens the next day. So
Oh, you
what do
wanted
you think?
475 yesterday?
I wanted 475 yesterday, and like I was looking at yesterday's price action, and I have actually a support from January 3rd, January 4th, and January 8th. If you go on now I'm on the 15 minute, let me go to the 30 minute. I think 30 minute is more, you can see it. On the 30 minute, you can see the 2 weeks from January 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
On
All
the
those
30
little
minute.
spikes where it just kept kind of slowly bouncing down.
Exactly. So I posed that as my support. And yesterday, Spy went all the way down there, tested, and gave us very nice, call it dragonfly or hammer
Yeah.
candle down 130, and that's why I was saying, we must see that move to the upside. For me as a trader, sometimes I don't because I'm watching the 30 minute. Usually when you're watching the 30 minute, you might be looking for a swing play, right? Not to day trade it, but most likely to swing it. But for some reason, my brain stuck into 475 yesterday, and happened. This is occurred to me more often, and I'm trying to fight it. I don't know how. I don't know if I should maybe, grab me a swing for the next day to avoid this problem, or not trade or have like have a target, let's say 472 instead of 475 for the same day. Do I make any sense? I know my English is
Yeah,
not
you make
perfect.
sense. So
Sometimes I will visualize these moves and they don't happen the same day, but always happens the next day.
Do you have the DTR versus ATR indicator?
No, but I can add it.
So right now, what I'm looking at on SPY is like the ATR, the average true range for the last 14 days is $4.06. And once SPY bounced at 470 on that, where it made that like dragonfly
Yep.
doji on the 30-minute, from SPY's high of day yesterday, it moved almost $3 down to get to that 470.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking seeing that is a $5 move from 470 all the way to 475 is probably unrealistic in this market. So I was messaging Bueller end of day yesterday. I was in calls from, let me see where it was. I think I was in calls around 30 minutes before close. And I was targeting just a new high a day. I didn't even get that.
So you
But I
will
still
add.
bagged 500%.
See, that's what I mean, bro. This guy. So the DTR versus the ATR. How do you calculate? This is the expected move, right, for the day, or no?
It's just like the average amount SPY is typically moving on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it takes like the high and the low of each day and then kind of calculates it using an average.
Gotcha. So
What are
at
we
least
talking about? I was looking at something.
ATR.
Oh, okay. Average true range?
Because he was saying yesterday he was looking for SPY to rally to 475, but we didn't get it yesterday. We got it today. So I was just saying how I use the ATR to kind of pick more realistic potential targets.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Because that probably wasn't even in the ATR, was it?
Yeah, so I was saying from
Probably just outside of
yesterday's
it.
high of day down to its low of day was already I think I said 3-point move. So an additional 5-point move off of that low was probably just not in the cards for the day. We just needed that overnight.
I always think about it as like
move
running
up
around a
to
track.
475.
Like you run around a track for a while, Daffy. Like your sides are gonna start hurting. You ain't gonna be able to run that much longer. You need some Powerade. Like that's exactly like how this shit works. Like with ATR, like if it knows it's down and his, like the way it gapped down, that's like running 3 laps, and then doing this and then doing this and then doing this. That's like running another 3 or 4. Like this thing is tired. Like so for it to have gone to 475 and downside too. Like if it was down here doing that and it was like let's go to 460. Like no, it's not possible. 460. Yes, it's there on the chart, but in that intraday range, it's just not as likely. Like, yeah, it can hit it. It's just not as likely with those ranges.
Gotcha.
Which I haven't used those in a while. I used to have them at the top of my chart as well. But Leland helped me start looking at those more too, ATR versus DTR. And then even just seeing like average volume helps out too. Because you'll be like, oh, well, yesterday it used like 20% of its volume. And then today we've already done that with a lot left in the tank. You know, so that means there's a lot of lower volume happening. And that maybe a bigger move is coming in the next couple days or whatever, you know. So it's just good to look at those kind of things for just extras. It's not really like gonna ever put you in a trade or out of a trade, or even set something in your trade. But it's just good to like have there's like a feeler, like okay, it probably is tired, needs some Powerade or a water.
Extra, okay. Just
That's
to
how I
be
like to look at it.
safer. Gotcha. Thank you, guys.
I need to start looking at that more though. That was pretty damn helpful. It was fun too because everybody every day would ask, "What's that? What's that?"
Yeah, and like today on SPY, we're at exactly 50%. So like today's total movement is $2.03, but the actual ATR is 406.
Also, the daily time frame kind of backs this up too.
Today.
Yeah, I mean we just have gap down, gap up, and all 3 days small body so far. So definitely indecisive. I don't even have to have RSI on to tell you that this is not overbought or oversold, but it is definitely bouncing between the two. At one point, we probably were overbought. At one point, we probably were oversold. And now we're kind of after that effect, and it's just kind of sitting here. So we just need to get more information on the bigger time frames before we do any more big swings on SPY. But day trades, scalps, are going to be amazing. That shouldn't change. All right, Leland, let's see. Do we pop back to today's open and pop over 474, or are we going to finally flush? Like you said, that slow fall might be very possible here to go fill that gap, or we can just consolidate and get back into today's range. Which they kind of already are.
Yeah, each low seems to be getting bought.
477.
Now, if one of your kids came in here and said 477, I'd believe it.
See, if you go back to like early 2022, the ATR would be much different because the price action was so volatile. It was probably like on average $7 or $8 movement each day.
Oh, wow.
It's transitory.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And VIX was probably crazy high too, I'm sure, at that time. Yeah, this is when VIX was like pushing in the 30s. So premiums were probably close to double what they're at now at that time.
The way API is moving, nice. It's hitting the previous day high. Oxy made new high of the day. Now SPY on the 30-minute, giving us pretty much the same scenario as yesterday. With that dragonfly doji, if it stays like this. And almost same time, man. That's crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, you said that yesterday. It was at noon my time. I saw that, and I was like, guys, Daffy literally called this. Bear trap, and then after that, it just kept going up. Well, actually, yesterday it went up, and then it fell, and then it was like, all right, now it's time to go up when 1 o'clock came around. And then, but yeah, no, I know what you're saying, though, because it literally is doing the same exact thing at the same time.
We have some news coming up, right? Yeah, in 9 minutes, we have the 10-year tips auction.
Oh, boy. Y'all want to flip a coin on that one?
By all means.
I bet y'all we flush.
I
But
stay
not
strong, man.
But not hard. Like I'm saying, like previous day close 472s. Like I'm not saying it's going farther than that.
So realistically speaking, right, if you want to take the levels, right, as we learned, so far we're rejecting 474.96 monthly emerging candle. If I'm looking for the next strong level, it would be 468.53. So you have valid point there, right? But it has to meet certain criteria. For example, break the, as you said, like the previous day close. Yeah, if we see more continuation, we might see the previous day low, and if we break below that, we might go to the 468.53. Now the other bull scenario, bull so far is holding that buy zone on the 30-minute. It might give them the boost to break the 474.96 level and go test the 477.48.
No, that's exactly right. I'm not arguing with that at all. That's exactly right. That's exactly how the levels should be read right now. There's a good bullish and bearish scenario from here. And that is why Daffy has an edge on the market, because he understands the system in front of him. He understands my own system as much as I do. Sometimes it sounds like you know it more than I do.
Oh, no, bro.
But man, great job. Seriously, like that's exactly how you need to be reading it. Because yeah, like I'm sitting here just doing that whole coin flip talk. I'm just joking, of course, but no, you're right. I mean, and it's not just about like, oh, it's going to 468 or it's going to 477. Like Daffy said, there's parameters. It has to do certain things to get there. Like for us to go to previous day close, I have to see a break of 473. This is still the demand from 2 days ago. and it's the current low of day technically. So I mean, we're not seeing any more drop until that breaks. And like Daffy said, you know, we could retake open, go pump to 475.40. That's how we get to 477s. You know, there's parameters. It's if this, then that. If this, then that. Oh, that hit? Okay, then this. It's all conditional. Good explanation, Daffy.
And I also strongly believe in traps. Like somehow, big money wants to make more money, right? And they're gonna make is a transfer money from us, from the retailers to them. And sometimes I see it in a very complex scenario. Okay, where they want to trap me so they can take my money. and
It's so funny you're talking about that, because we should add Daffy to the channel that shall not be mentioned.
I'll blow his mind. He like just explained the thing without knowing he explained the thing.
That's
which is kind of how the rest of us stumbled on it, I guess. See, this is what I'm talking about, though, Leland. Somebody gets to this point when they've understood the system for a long time and actually go through reps. Like, you wouldn't understand what he just said if you're new to the system or if you're just now getting to this system, right? But if you're someone who's been looking at this for a while,
just not putting in the work, screen time.
You got to put in the screen time to understand what he just said. That's not something you just stumble upon.
To get to that point,
exactly.
You need to put in the work, and then putting in the work, it's inevitable to start seeing these things.
So fucking proud of you, Daffy.
There's more to it. There is more to it. Like right now, we can all of us agree we are still on a bull trend, right? On a bigger time frame.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
We didn't break any structure, right? We have days where we have those downside. Many traders expecting, oh, it's gonna go to the 450. No, it's not gonna go to the 450 in one day. It has to break structure. You have to start thinking you have to start adding the puzzles together. I think the more you're adding the picture, you more draw the picture, the better understanding you have towards the markets. Traders don't get that. They think, oh, they see like a red candle with huge volume. Oh, it's gonna go. Oh,
no retest, just go straight to 450.
Yeah, and where people lose money. Man. I don't know. When I'm opening my Twitter nowadays, I like to watch the news because they're all faster and looking at things on overseas, what's going on and stuff like that. But man, when I see the trade posts, people posting, I'm like, oh man, these either are idiots or they have no idea about the charts.
Both.
I'm not. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying my best to get the best of what I see, you know? So you guys added me to a channel.
Shh.
Where is it?
Shh.
Okay. I'm very bad.
Yeah, review later. There's lots of posts in there already.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take my time and review all this.
It lines up with everything you just said, though.
In there too.
Okay. As we speak, Oxy making a new high of the day. Let me go check end contracts.
To sum it up here and look at this post. This drawing pretty much sums up what's going on here.
Are you talking about liquidity trapping? Yes, sir, CJ.
Gotcha. I know these pattern peoples like it a lot. It's one of his favorites.
Yeah.
It's my new favorite.
Pretty much all it is a trap, stop hunt, whatever you want to call it.
Look for a 40% entry that sucks.
Gotcha.
And then go the opposite way. Short and sweet.
Yes.
Peoples, man.
Yeah, bro. Peoples is one of those guys I know for a fact is gonna surpass all of us. He's gonna do it soon.
I like the guy. I talked to him a few times and I can tell he's on the right track.
Yeah, he's all right.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Many of them. Like as I mentioned before, I've been to Discord, toxic Discords. In yours, Josh, it's man, probably the best. And I'm not saying this because
Because
you.
you're part of
I'm
it.
here. But from day one, since D-Touch mentioned me about your group and I start paying attention to what's going on, this is what changed my mindset.
Dude, yeah,
Is
D-Touch is the realest one for getting you in here.
so
That's who
no,
D-Touch
because
is, though. That man is, like, so good at connecting people. He's
Yeah.
he's the glue. That's why I call him the glue stick. Like, he is the glue. Like, without D-Touch, like, people don't understand. Like, behind-the-scenes shit doesn't happen. Some of this stuff in chat does not happen without D-Touch.
I called him the other day to help me understand how four-wheel drive works because I have no idea.
Four-wheel drive.
Bro, I have a 1999 Jeep, right? And
Nice.
it has two shifters, I guess. What do they call it?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
you change. So I have the four-wheel drive and I have four low. I have no idea when I'm supposed to use the four low. So I call him
Four
because
low is
they
like the heavy duty one, like deep mud and stuff like that.
Deep
man,
mud and trailers.
Yeah.
so we got a lot of snow and my car was just spinning, was not going anywhere. So should I put in a four low? Should we test this now? This is the time. So I call him to give me an advice. What should I do?
Nice.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, I'll never buy another car or truck without four-wheel drive, or at least
yeah.
all-wheel drive. But four-wheel drive's better.
Hey,
I
hey,
feel
bud, why don't you afford your own surfboard first, and then we'll talk vehicles?
Like. Oh, bro. I've got like 10 surfboards. The problem is where they are. They're in my parents' attic.
Don't worry, Josh. He's
Pain in
gonna
the
put
ass getting them down.
his SPX put right now, and he's gonna make the money for the surfboard.
And a car.
I've just been blowing all my money
Oh,
on
yeah.
new routers and modems.
Oh, dude, yeah, you should actually see the adventure this man's been. Like, we were complaining about how his Discord wasn't working. It wasn't actually, like, complaints. Like, it was legit. He had to delete his Discord, re-download it. But before that, he's, like, reprogramming, like, his router and all that stuff, like, all the inner coding and stuff. And then he was, like, messing with the modem. It was very in-depth. I actually thought he was hacking
Yeah.
the U.S. government for a second.
I was telling him if
So,
this new modem doesn't fix it, then I'm just getting a new, huge flush down to previous day high.
When the
Let's go.
Landfinity will be available for the public.
Yeah.
That is previous to how
Yeah, I told Bueller, if this new modem doesn't fix it, then next step is a new house.
And if the house doesn't work, we're just going to move to a different planet.
Just gonna move in with Trump. Mar-a-Lago. Oh, we're flushing previous day high. Alright. I will take that.
I will also take that since I was still trapped in my runners.
Let's go. I'm happy you held through that, honestly. And didn't cut them.
It's
for
because
like
I did
small
what we
loss or
talked
something.
about. It's because I did what we talked about.
Tracked those highs.
No, well that too, but I scaled out better. I didn't just sell all 5 at
Yeah.
because if I would have sold all 5, I actually would have made a little bit less. But let's see. 11,
we got the
11.
news. We got the
11.
Oh,
news.
next is the gap fill.
That was entry. This was exit of 3 contracts. Actually, it was a little bit higher up because I came back to my screen a little bit late. Like there.
Yeah, that's where it was.
And then 12:01, so this candle. So the only reason I didn't cut is because every time I went back to the 5-minute, it did close over this twice, and these were the only 2 times I was like, damn, I gotta cut this soon probably, and it would have made the play flat.
Yeah.
But then it didn't really go over any of like the highs, right? Like from this wick, it didn't go over anything from here. So I was like, all right, whatever, just hold it. If it does close higher though, get out. But it didn't, so I was like, whatever. And then you and Daffy and me just kept talking, and it didn't ever make any new highs. It just kept making lower highs. So I just kept getting like more confidence of like, all right, well, this is either about to hold here and finally break out, and then I'll cut, or I'll just take it if it goes down to previous day high with Leland. And it did.
Perfect. Perfectly managed. It's doing pretty much exactly what I was predicting. Is like each little low getting bought up.
Exactly. No, it did, because every single
Each
time
new
it
low
went.
bought.
Exactly. But yeah, small potatoes, nothing crazy, but it was a good trade though. It felt nice.
Pretty good.
Good trade on a slower moving day. But if we flush this previous day high,
Yeah, that's the next trade opportunity, is a break of previous day high, if it happens. Damn, it's noon?
yeah.
Man, time flies when you're having fun. King bro, you're still on stream? Yeah, I'm still on stream. King bro, dude, man. Where the buyer's at, who knows, man. They might be here at previous day high, but if they reject this right here, you're getting a flush like Leland just said.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing.
So 4,700 today then.
Is that what you want? Here, I'll message Jerome real quick.
Buy 470.
Man, I
Or
still...
no. Shoot, that would be like what? 468 on SPY.
I'm gonna play that clip.
Let's close this fucking door. U.S. inflation has come down over the past year.
This is the best clip of Jerome Powell to ever exist, and there will never be a better clip that ever comes out.
Gratified by this progress, but we expect that the process of
They
getting
cut the
inflation
video feed, didn't
sustainably
they?
down to 2%
We were here for it.
has a long way to go. Although improvements in labor supply and a gradual easing in demand continue to move it into better balance. GDP growth in the third quarter was quite strong, but like most forecasters, we expect growth to moderate in coming quarters. Of course,
Jerome Powell, by refusing to treat climate change like a systemic
Okay,
risk,
thank you.
you are putting us at
Thank you very much.
disaster.
Thank you very much. Yep. Thank you.
Right here, right here, right here.
There's Shrine.
Just close the fucking door. Close it
Right there. God, I love that clip.
Yep. Thank you. Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
That was so human of him, dude. I swear he got so much more respect since that. Because it's like, we would all say that, bro. I see a bunch of people running up stage. I'm like, man, get them out of here. Jerome Powell's the
Who
GOAT.
let these idiots in?
He's like, I'm over here trying to talk about monetary policy. Get them out of here. They're like trying to shut him up over environmentalist posts. It's like, bro, you're in the wrong room. No one in this room is talking about the environment.
He's a gangster.
You know, I will always have a lot of respect for Jerome Powell because he's had to help navigate our country through probably one of the hardest financial times in a long time.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's not
Hey.
the president.
And he hasn't
Just
lied.
remember that.
Pandemic to inflation. It's like nonstop craziness.
Give Leland this dump so I can in stream. Come
Fill
on.
that gap.
Go give him this red green crap. Give us a big fat red candle right here. A big boy.
I'm sitting here tapping my foot. Stomach full of Red Bull.
There we go. That's what I wanted. Thank you. They're listening. Finally.
Let's go.
Nice.
There you go, Leland. Is it
So
4,700
we're
yet?
about halfway between previous day close and previous day high.
SPX, you're really close. Oh, I see what you're saying. Never mind.
Yeah, I just kind of took a
You're
halfway
just looking
point
at another
between those
halfway
two
point.
levels,
Yep. Little genius here.
and we're flushing that.
Told you, man. This is the time. This is all about Leland. Yo, make sure to post those gains if you guys were shorting with us. Make sure to post your trade reviews as well. Don't just post gains. We're not here to do all that
That's
crap.
100% right there, baby. Let's go.
Surf for blunt money right there. Here we go.
What'd you say? Blunt money?
No. The surfboard
Oh,
He's-
surfboard money. Yeah,
surf-
no. He's gonna need to
yeah.
make a couple more trades to get that.
That's it.
I only make
Yeah.
that joke because he had to borrow his girlfriend's surfboard one time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
But the way he said it, it made it seem like he always borrows it. So I just like to poke
it's
at him.
true.
And here's the bounce. 477, guys. Thank you.
Right at that midpoint that I drew.
Between the previous day high and the previous day close.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Just finding another reason to put a level there. I like it. And it's nothing made up, too. We love the halfway points. As long as it's from 2 levels that are good. 2 levels that make sense. 2 levels that we actually look at. Oh, by the way, has anybody started watching the show Ted? That show is fucking hilarious. You all need to start watching it.
Oh, I binged the crap out of that.
You've already
when I was in
finished it?
Colorado.
Alright, don't say anything then.
It's so good.
We finished episode 2 last night. And I was laughing my ass off. Oh, dude.
Wait,
You
I-
messed up.
Ted?
yeah, Ted.
Never mind. Wasn't that?
The hell what did you think I said?
Ted Lasso.
Oh, no.
What?
I mean, same name.
Are you sure you're drinking Red Bull?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still looking at this SPX chart. I'm half listening.
That was good. No, Ted, like the teddy bear from Seth MacFarlane
They
and all
made a
that.
show.
Yeah, so they did a show, and I shit you not, like I'm one of the biggest Family Guy fans from back in the day, and this show is like a real life Family Guy show. It's crazy and it's perfect. But yeah, Ted, and then not Mark Wahlberg, but his character as a child is like the whole thing. It's pretty funny.
What's it on?
Peacock.
Alright.
Oxy retesting current day open with hammer. Drools a little. Oh yeah, is it too late for me to get in that? Let me see.
I got me next week's 59.
Okay. You're playing short term, but you also bought like the Wick entry. You bought it when it was still going down here, didn't you?
Yeah, about the when was that? It was I think 940. I didn't bought the it was down a bit. I was down 20%. So I have a strategy on my swings, guys. I know many people can hear me now, but usually on my swings, pretty much in every play, my stop loss is at 50%. The reason I have it at 50, I have a good, very, very good reason behind
That's
it, because
reasonable.
the reason behind it, bro, is how many times we set a cushion. Let's say, oh, let's cut at 20, let's cut at 30, right? And then immediately, the moment you cut it,
It
for
reverses.
whatever reason, reverses, right? That's why I like to give myself a cushion of 50%. But also, you have to keep in mind your gains has to be 100 or 120% to cover any other losses you may have from previous plays.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think 50% in my
perfect sense.
opinion, it's a good area to have a stop loss. But we'll see, man. Oil has been giving me a hard time lately. I was on CVX. I think Josh, you were on XOM when we had that hammer.
Oh,
the other
dude, I
day.
had so much fun with that trade.
I was up 60. Sorry, I was up 84%, and I didn't took my profits. I ride it to the next day, and then I cut out 50% loss. It's amazing, isn't it? Having a green play and then the next day red. But I'm not disappointed because I play what is in front of me. You know, we saw the hammer. XL was looking good, and it just didn't go in our direction.
Also, I want to
Okay,
add on to
again,
what he just said, and what's why I was pulling this up right here, guys. Risk management. You know, if he knows he needs a bigger cushion, does that necessarily mean he's going to be
Smaller.
losing or making more money? No, because he's going to do what? What Leland just said? Risking smaller. Not going to be risking the same amount of money because he knows he has to give himself more cushion. So why would he also leave the money amount the same? He wouldn't. He would need to lower it. Thus, adjusting his risk management. So he can open up for bigger losses percentage-wise and keep them the same equity-wise. Or smaller even. Great breakdown,
it's pretty much what,
Daffy. I like how you said that because you ran into the problem, you adjusted, and then you're running with it now, and you're trying to stick with this, and you'll see what else you need to adjust from here on out.
exactly. It's pretty much what Leland said on his video on force number 2. That's why that's why I love cheap contracts. I love them for a reason. It's not. I don't like buying close to the money. Sometimes I will buy when we see a range during the day. Yeah, I'll buy me close to the money. But when I see, when I visualize a bigger move, or I see a bullish candle or bearish candle on a strong level, yeah, I'll go out of the money. I will risk further out options because I might see the move happen. It might go in my favor. And my cheap contract, instead of buying me 3 at the money, I'll buy me 10 out of the money and gain more. It's pretty much what Leland said on his video, but he says it better than me. That's the difference.
I don't know about Leland, but I made that strike selection video. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Yeah.
Now, I tell Leland this all the time.
AI.
I tell him, like,
Use AI to. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I've never heard any breakdown like Leland's on strikes, and like working with him a lot more has even helped me because it's just those small adjustments. Like those small adjustments can be the biggest help. Like you said with your risk, Leland helped me with that too, like scaling out and just looking at the right things correctly, or scaling out at in a mathematical way that makes sense. Not like, oh, let me sell 20 of them here and let me make an extra 10% on this last one. Like, no, you need to do this. So it makes more sense. And just those small adjustments, and that's why it's smart to track your own trades, to post reviews of your own trades with reasoning, because then you can look back at those and go, okay, I can adjust this, I can do this, I can do that. And then you can actually make the proper adjustments instead of just reacting to everything that needs to be fixed. It's horrible because then you'll be fixing too many things, and then it's not fixing, it's actually damaging. So it's good to keep a level head even when you are going through some stress with your own trades, because there's always some adjustments you can make. There's always a break you can take. The market's always going to be here. So
It's crazy how, in theory, the whole concept of buying time, logically it sounds like it would be safer, right? But the whole formula behind calculating options premiums takes that into consideration. So you buy time, you're putting more capital in, and you have therefore more capital at risk.
Mm-hmm. And your losses and wins are a lot different sizes, and then you don't even know how to adjust correctly. You're like, what's going on? I'm not used to this. CJ said, oh, my bad. Good.
I was gonna say, I think a mistake a lot of people make that are maybe new or semi-new to options is they buy time just to have more time to be right,
mm-hmm.
and they'll let stop losses run a lot bigger than they should.
More time for decision making.
Because I think it'll come back. It'll come back. If it comes back to break even, then I'll cut it.
I got 14 days left, bro. I swear I'm good.
It's subconsciously
you're selling yourself on a loss.
Bad for you. Yeah.
It's that saying. What was that saying that I was tweeting a while back? It was somebody in here said it. It was be patient with your winners, be impatient with your losers. You shouldn't be the opposite.
It's so perfectly
which
said.
is weird because you say that out loud. It's like, oh, that makes sense. But naturally, a natural instinct for all of us as a person, as a human, is the opposite of that. It's, I need to be impatient with my winners because I'm up, I'm making money. I need to close this now. I need to be out of this now. And then when you're in exactly, and then when you're in a loser, it's like, oh, well, it can come back. I got time on this. Like, you're selling yourself on damaging yourself, where it's crazy. But when in reality, it's the other way
I
around.
can't lose this money.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
need this money.
I need this bad. I need to come back. I haven't closed. It isn't closed yet. When it needs to be the opposite. You need to be impatient with your losers, and you need to be patient with your winners. And I would say that is one thing that Leland himself has helped me adjust to. And it's definitely helped me a lot of my recent trades. And I think if some of you guys applied that too, it's just a good rule. It's just a good rule to live by.
Like even that Google swing, I kind of pressured you into taking same weeks, and
Yeah, you did.
shoot, look what happened.
You bullied me, and I did great.
Yeah.
3 trades, $1,100. I am not complaining. I did miss out on a pretty fat bag on Boeing, but I had reasoning. So I can't complain on that one.
I mean, look, it's doing exactly what we kind of expected it to do. Just so happened that next day there was like more bad news.
But it was over that long
causing
weekend, yeah. And then now it's doing what you said, where it's probably going to get some short-term buying just to throw everything off again.
Like the day you exited, I was like, it's probably going to be an inside bar the next day, and then it gapped down like that. But then after the next gap down, literally an inside bar.
Literally what we said. So what if I'm a day off?
Yeah,
like I might have missed out on money, but I could have also been this candle this day. You know, then I would have been complaining.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit here and make shit up.
Because that would have screwed you. You would have been out of the money, and then sitting in an inside bar.
Yeah, I would have been down and trying to tell myself that it's gonna go down more.
Yeah.
Yeah. When in reality, it's definitely not. Now we're getting this day. I'd be cutting. I'd be saying, "Oh my God, this," and watch. It'll probably have a red day after this. And then after you cut that, you'd be saying, oh my God, I can't believe I cut. I could have made some of my money back. Like, you're putting yourself in an unneeded scenario. Like, that, you do not need to be in that scenario. I'd rather much be in the scenario where I made money and I move on.
Look at that rejection of 250 that it did. Whatever day that is.
Oh, my bad. Were we looking up here?
On Boeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Doesn't that look almost identical?
It's identical. Yeah. It's identical. Except 2 different parts of the chart. Like, this is as it's leaving supply. Leg down. It's like, all right, this thing's kind of tired. Anytime now. Any day now. And then it does the same thing. Like, it probably will have another red day or a gap down after this day. Now it's not as high probability now because of positioning, but still. No, you're 100% on it, though. I've also been watching the dollar more. Daffy and me both been posting that one. I've been posting the 10-year a lot. Both of those have been moving up a lot more, causing short-term equity pressure. So I'm not saying these are super bearish, but it isn't bullish.
There's one ticker I'm watching right now on the daily, and that will be Abibai.
Oh, ABBV. I got you.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't question your ABBV callouts because every time I've joined one, it's done well. And then every time I've just watched, it's done well or it made sense. And it was like, what the fuck? I don't ever see anybody trade this. It's a good ticker, though.
I traded a lot.
You and Alexis and Jack look at all these kinds of tickers. Alexis is really good at looking at all these, too.
Just need a bit more volume on that daily candle, and that can make new all-time highs soon.
I'm kind of starting to think Tesla might even crack 200. Not today, obviously, but...
Oh,
I
I didn't go back to my trade idea on NVIDIA. Username just tagged me on it.
What is Tesla right now? Where is she?
Holy
Oh, wow.
Man, I was looking at that NVIDIA chart earlier.
Dude, look, I literally went into
I saw
Discord.
AMD fade.
Somebody, I forgot why I went in here and posted this. It was after Cam was done talking. Yeah, it was after I think it was after we invited Daffy, and I was like, I'm just going to look at NVIDIA. And then I started looking at Tesla and SPY, but I was saying I like it as long as 570 50s are, resistance. If it pops over that, it's no good. But it actually went up one more time, rejected it again, 3-bar play down, and then it just dumped after the inside bar confirmation. That is a nasty retest trade to the downside. I had to thank username for tagging me because he came in here and was like, yo, this is falling. Nice place to bounce here. He's talking about how yesterday's open, yesterday's high can be a good spot for a potential short-term bounce. Maybe some more selling picks up from there.
All right, guys, I gotta head out.
Yeah, I'm actually about to end this stream.
All right, bro.
My stomach is telling me to go.
You're good. All that Red Bull. But guys, say bye to Leland. Say bye to Daffy.
No,
I'm
no,
also...
not like that. I need some food.
I'm gonna end the stream here though, guys. Say bye to everybody. It was a really good stream. We had the special
Thank
guest
you,
on.
guys.
I'm gonna cut that clip up, save it. But thank you, Daffy. Thank you, Liam, for getting in here and taking some trades and talking about potential trades and just all kinds of cool stuff. Really, I appreciate
you, guys.
everybody
No
today.
worries.
Amazing stream today,
See
though.
you guys.
But I love you all. See y'all later, and I will see you guys in the Discord if you guys want to drop more updates or engage or talk about future things or whatever. I'll see you in the Discord.